But I'm foolish. I'm needing you. Know that I've been missing. But I'm foolish. I'm needing you. I'm needing you.
Summer, where my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait until the summer, when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait, wait. I just can't wait until it's summer. I just can't wait until it's I just can't wait until it's can't wait until another, when I got nothing on my mind. I just can't wait to rediscover, when I meet with you again. Oh, I just can't wait until the summer, when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait until the summer, when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I just can't wait.
Hello and welcome back to Baltic Esports League PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Week 8. The final week is here. So today it's going to be decided upon who is going to win the regular season of PUBG PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds here.
Yes.
And of course we have
Finally!
we have a lot of interesting matches ahead of us, and I'm pretty excited to see because there's not that big of a point difference between a lot of teams, and a lot can still change today. So of course there's battle for money, battle for pride, but before all of that, once again,
I'm Nobody, and this is We.
and we're back. So let's quickly have a look and see what the situation was last week, where we were left off. What is this all shenanigan about as the players are starting to jump on the server in the meantime? So let's have a look at the standings and see where we stand in general. So in first place we do have Mighty Wolves currently with 11,710 points. And of course closely followed by Team Littest with 10,540 points. So between these two, that's already an interesting duel that is going to go down here. And of course, the big question is, how are these guys going to approach the game? What do you think? Do you think they're going to try and find each other early on? Because, like, for example, in Erangel, they go for that Georgepro area both. Like, they will sort of theoretically have the opportunity.
So, I can't give the expression what I think, but what I know. I asked two of the teams what's going to be their approach. Of course, it's going to be something similar to what we saw in the last week, where if Mighty Wolves see the Littest somewhere on the map, they're going to hunt them down, and otherwise, Littest going to be hunting down the Mighty Wolves as well. But I heard from the different teams as well as, I won't call them in names, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but I know for sure that there's at least 3 or 4 teams that are on the lower side of the brackets, and they said if they're going to know where the Mighty Wolves are, they're going to try to smash them down on the map.
Okay, so everyone's going to try and ruin the game for everyone else.
But it's pretty interesting that all of them were rooting for Littest to make this comeback story to happen in the real to be real.
Well, they were, if you recall, at the very beginning, they were announced as one of the favorites for this tournament here as well, alongside of Mighty Wolves and a few other teams
so
here.
That means it's going to be even a harder game for the Mighty Wolves to have in this particular week. Well, in the final week, they're going to have not only one of the biggest teams, Littest, knocking on their doors, but there's going to be a different teams as well, trying to hunt them down and trying not to get the victory for them.
Right, so the pressure is on for both Mighty Wolves and Littest. Then in 3rd, 4th, and 5th position, closely followed between themselves, we do have Lietuvos Ateitis, Division, Aggressiva, BESL Pro, and Garlicola also not far off there. So these teams definitely are going to battle it out as well between themselves. We saw last week how much Lietuvos Ateitis can actually bring to the table when it really matters, when points are crucial. Their last week's performance, I must say, was something I was... there were previously signs that something like that might happen coming out of them, but last week I feel like they really shined because they were racking up kills, they were surviving, of course, for longer times. If I recall correctly, they also won a game last week as well, and in the other games they were continuously in the top.
And they had a lot of kills as well through and through the games. And as well, if I did the mathematics correctly at home, as I understand, Lietuvos Ateitis still have a chance to be in the first place if they win every single game that's going to be upcoming in this in this week, and as well if they get at least 10 kills per game.
And presuming, of course, that Mighty Wolves and Littest
drops out, just the first team, as everyone hunts them down with the pans and pistols as soon as they can.
Okay, so after Garlicola slightly to the lower, from the 7th till 10th position, we do have From Silver to Land, What Do You Mean, Figure 05, and Cable Knights. So out of these teams, From Silver to Land, if you recall, at the very beginning, they didn't really have that good of a start, but they did manage to start to crawl back into it when in one of the games, if I recall correctly, it was Grian who survived for long enough, and that sort of opened things up for them points-wise, and then afterwards they were able to follow up.
Almost to get the victory, if I remember correctly. He had a 4x scope, and he tried to spray someone down with that, and unfortunately he lost that battle. But As well, if you look at the point size, it's really close battle between the 7 till the 8 till the 10th position. It's still going to change a little bit there, and it's the money on the table for them as well. If they rank a higher position, that means more money in the pocket after the games.
Right. Also, same out of these teams, I feel like one of the bigger surprises for me personally definitely was, if I once again look back at the beginning of the season, was what do you mean? I mean, they started off essentially at the bottom, and indeed now we're here.
Yeah.
So they've made it to well, I feel like to the top for them, at least so far in this season. There's definitely, as already said last stream, there are some very positive traits in the way how they approach the game. They also prove that they can survive for long enough that it is required, and accordingly can also rack up kills and figure out 5 as well.
I just wanted to say about what do you mean as well, that they have made an impact for the game as well. In few of the games that they have made a big disturbance for the top teams, when they had the battle with the Litters that they won, they took out the Litters from the game, and as well, I think Mighty Wolves, few of the members have lost in these kind of battles between the team What Do You Mean and others as well that is in the lower side.
Okay, so just wanted to add there the figure of 5 as well. They didn't start off really that good, but also were able to perform extremely well last weekend. A week before that as well. So looking further down, we do have from the 11th position, no organization, Pandora Kun Discount Gaming. Saber as well in that bunch, and what the heck, praise the Lord as well. So there's not that big of a point difference between these teams. A bit still can change for them. Out of them, continuously, I'm going to point out, praise the Lord, they were still in the very first week, the very first game, they were the first winners of the first map played here. So hopefully they might be another success story. I really hope. Like last week always brings you surprises, okay? Yeah. And because the pressure is on, obviously I'm expecting wild games today. And if it's going to be combined with wild phases as well, it's just going to make it so much more crazy.
And as I heard from a few of the players as well, that they still remember that there's a giveaway for the crossbow kill. And I heard from the Littest as well, if they're going to lose 3 games in a row and they know that they can't get to the Mighty Wolves and overcome them, and they know that no one else are knocking to the second place, that means we're going to see Littest running around with 4 crossbows on the map.
Yeah, as with that pan kill, looking further down, Ascenda, Kartoshka, 4 gentlemen, and Pew Pew. So out of Kartoshka, East Large Places did manage to secure that pan kill last week. We've actually gotten in touch with him, and I believe you spoke with the guy. What was the whole situation?
Well, the whole idea was that the first weapon he found was a pan, and he understood this is the moment to shine, and he just went for it. He knew that there was a guy in the next house.
He felt it.
And his teammates distracted him while he just approached and killed him straight on. With a pan. So that's good for him. As previously we said, he's going to be getting a gift pan from both of us, signed or not. But we're going to make sure that he's going to be cooking some eggs and chicken at home with something that we gave to him.
So of course as well for Kartoshka, still speaking about them, unfortunately within the 7 weeks played up until now, they didn't really manage to secure a victory. So we haven't really seen you in a Hello Kitty shirt, but perhaps the next season, who knows? Stuff might happen.
We still have the HyperTown coming on in end of the October, where if still Kartoshka wins something in this week.
So if they win a game in this week, then we're going to see you in somewhere in Saku Suurhall on the 20th and 21st of October.
In the finals of CSGO or League of Legends tournament, I'm going to be wandering around with the Hello Kitty shirt. Why not, right? Let's make it a bit spicy, because as I remember, you finished the BESL series of CSGO, and you get a pie in your face, a little bit from myself, a bit of sacrifice from my side. I think it's not that big of a step what you had coming.
Yeah, it took a while to get all of the whipped cream out of my nose.
Was it tasty?
I mean, it's whipped cream. It's not bad. It's just when it gets in your eye, it's sort of a bit irritating.
And you lost like a prediction game or something like that, right?
Yeah, also we were doing predictions between ourselves as to who team is going to win, and tra-la-la, tra-la-la. Long story short, after all the 8 weeks, apparently I lost.
So
I'm still having trouble dealing with
So
it.
after we finish these games today of PUBG, I think the WOD is still available in the BSL channel, right? To see this
Of
lovely
course.
person getting pie all over himself.
Okay, so what's the sitch with the players? We're ready to jump in, are we? Okay, so we're gonna start the server now, and soon we'll be jumping into our first game. Hashtag vote indeed
Yes.
in the chat, as there is still 10 euros worth of food available for you. So of course, as always, you need to be subscribed to our YouTube channel to be eligible for the giveaway. And if you type in hashtag vote in the chat, there's a chance that you are going to win somewhere during this time, somewhere during this stream. Apologies, your name also will be announced in the chat, so make sure that you pay attention to it. And if you do actually win the vote giveaway, you need to do what? Message us on.
Oh yeah, type the message on bsl@bsl.pro.
Okay, so
Email,
right?
not anywhere else. Email. All
Email.
right, that's the place where email comes in a handy place.
Okay, so quickly, what's your gut feeling? What's your gut feeling about who is going to take this in the first game?
Obviously, I have to root for my favorite country, Latvia, right? I have to favoritize them. I would like to see Mighty Wolves rack in the first game. Little's been taken out the first once in this match, so that would mean that Mighty Wolves have like 100%. That they win.
So you feel like that Mighty Wolves are going to be able to secure this first game in such a fashion that it secures them the first position
And
until the very
if that happens, that means Little's gonna have some fun, and that's what I'm waiting for.
All right, so
Them having fun, running around, trying to rack 30 or 40 even kills. in the
you
game.
just want to really give away that crossbow thing. Excuse me, not crossbow, archery lessons.
Not only, I'm all for the good game. I can't favoritize anyone than just Kartoshka, my favorites. I'm not sponsored for them, a manager or something.
They
but
already scored for us with the pan kill,
Yeah.
so like they already done.
they can still make some surprises happen, right?
Of course. So I'm really gonna root for Lietuvos Ateitis here, as I really feel like if they start off strong enough here, and with the whole pressure situation between Mighty Wolves and Littest, I really feel like one of them, unfortunately, my gut feeling says that I was going to suffer a very crucial fate very early on here. So hopefully, of course, in the sake of viewership and interest within the match, that doesn't happen. But we'll just have to see what's gonna go
looks
down
like
here.
the game is starting right now. The plane is out, but before we jump in, I just want to say good luck to everyone, and as well, it's
The best man wins?
Yeah, and as well, it's a nice sight to see all Baltics in the top three. We have
Yeah, all
Lithuanians,
countries represented,
Estonians, and
indeed.
Latvians. It's still the battle of the Baltics.
Yeah, exactly. So, the very first phase here, the very first flight path, yet again, somewhat default, splits the map essentially almost into two, slightly leaning towards that right-hand side. You can already see players starting to jump out here.
As always, Lietuvos Ateitis going for the Sosnovka military base, as well as we have the from Silver to Land going to their Milta with the guests as well from other side of the teams. We have the Garlikol going for the shelter, so the prison side. And the middle side, I think it's going to be the default for Littest, and as well for the Mighty Wolves going for that George Paul.
Also, classically, Aggressiva Betsaprotu, as the name says, goes for that Pachinki drop area. And you can see that nobody's even contesting it around it. Like, Pachinki is their turf. Nobody's touching it. Too many buildings, too many risky engagements. They just rather give it up, and it is
But we have
absolutely
seen
fine.
some other teams try to approach the Pachinki when they are there and without success. I know that for a fact.
Yeah, so it's going to be it would be a very sad story for anyone who goes in the area. And whoa, look at that first circle! So
That's
much
what you wanted
more.
to see.
This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I said. If the first phase is going to be catastrophical, and I feel like both Mighty Wolves, Littest, and pretty much everyone else in the top 8 is like, God, what the... How in the name of are we going to survive? And of course, as well for Lietuvos Ateitis being in that Sosnovka island, it's going to be happy days for them. I believe they did saw that somebody went towards that right-hand side of the map island there. So
yeah, it looks like for the first game we have 3 players playing for the Littest. We have the Clowtail, Kaz, and X-Chris as well. So that means they don't have the NBS and Gaxi playing today.
Okay.
For the first game. Who knows what's going to happen in upcoming games? but right now there are only 3 players for them.
So speaking of Cloudtail, though, fun fact: he's actually in the first place currently in the stats in terms of headshot percentage, because he plays with Car 98 quite a lot, and we've seen him successfully use that. And Mini, of course. Like his headshot percentage means quite a lot here, because obviously having, if I recall correctly, somewhere around 50-ish kills, and Kartoshka Ruxis is alone. All by myself.
Well, it's even funnier if they're gonna win a game like this, right?
That that deserves not only a Hello Kitty shirt from you,
a onesie
in Tallin. Yeah, that's like a onesie with a diploma for Ruxis and like a medal if he's able to pull this one off. In Severny here, we actually have 2 lobbies, so we do have no organization, and praise the Lord here. I feel like Severny always has been essentially a safe drop area in general, just because the town is not that big enough, and because you have that centric street that splits it into 2, it's usually quite easy to battle your opponents in terms of usually the visual field allows you to see quite a lot of rotations within the city, as long as you're in a building that has like 2 stories. So if you're in that second story, you should be able to see how the players are moving around a lot. But as I say that though, Crazy 27 already has been dropped, so Bullbeats feels the pressure wants to put on the pressure.
And as well, Bullbeats knocked down the Mr. Knight as well in the house, and looks like the Farad gonna pick him up really fast right now, but that means the Kreese is just slowly bleeding out, and it's a crucial member for them. It looks like they're trying to push it down, but in the other side of the town there was a player who is a Pycons as well as pushing down, so that means they're right now 3 versus 2 situation. If I where's the port one?
What?
Oh, there he is.
He's just having a good time in the woods there, looking at trees and enjoying, well, autumn basically now, because it's started, so the leaves are falling. Also in PUBG, I remember that very early on, well, excuse me that I will stop myself here, but PI5KNX from Garlic Cola has found VAC LT and managed to actually kill him off.
Yep. He was
with a fist.
Yeah, he dropped down somewhere around the Milta side, and he got in the car, drew over the bridge, found a member, killed him down. So that means Lattelecom and GOEXANIMO right now is one member short.
And Vac also, he's actually in the top 3 of most kills throughout this season here. He has 58 kills within this season so far.
But that's not the most, if I remember correctly, right?
That is not the most. In the first place, in terms of kill count, we do have NBS with 75 kills here. And the remaining spots in the top 5 of most kill players have actually been taken by 3 players of Mighty Wolves. So excellent stats here. And the first drop as well is going to be Puck.
And as well 15x scope for the Mini in his hand.
And this goes towards the side of Lattelecom and GOEXANIMO. So as I already said, I feel a lot of good stuff heading their way. Flabber has been found by Arekis, so that is going to be a man down on this side of the division here. The remaining members are still alive, so luckily they're not missing anyone. And oh my god, this first phase, whenever I see that circle, it's ridiculous. Like how many battlers are going to be there around the edge of the zone when they're going to be entering it. So it's all going to be about who's going to take and establish control of these buildings towards the side of the zone, as well as who gets to guess.
That's correct.
Where the zone is going to go.
And as well, one member that got knocked out from the division and killed, he was in the back of the buggy, and this is really crucial call which you have. If you are driving 2 persons in the buggy, the other one that sits in the back, it's a rough situation for him.
I always feel like I need like a flask of holy water with me in my pocket whenever I'm on the backside of a buggy there. In the meantime, no organization is still battling it out with Praise the Lord here. And actually 2 members now, that is Pycons and Patrick the Lord, are down on the ground as no organization were able to pick up their member. And looks like what might just be, if they play this correctly, of course, they should come out on top here. And I mean, for Praise the Lord as well, one of the things that separates good teams is to recognize the moment when you need to leave your players behind.
And as I understood, Mr. Knight got one kill with a knockdown with a nade, and one he shot down in a house. So really well played by him. So that means right now it's almost even battle, as there are 3 persons from each team.
Oh my god, from what do you mean? Silo has ran over Sigvan with a van, so there's probably a car, so there's probably
He's
been
gonna be picking him up.
some sort of an accident there, because I don't see any other teams around, so probably... I actually recall we've had this as well when we've played, where someone's walking out the door, someone's just driving by and just knocks over your teammate, and you're like, I'm so sorry, I'm so incredibly sorry. And
it's a really unfortunate situation, and I usually feel really bad about it, but it's a game. It happens, all right. You know,
it's only game.
Well, you have to be mad.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Knight here actually tempted to push as Pycons has been picked up, and he's managed to heal up here. So there's actually 2 players are still remaining for, praise the Lord here, and they're just waiting for no organization to push, as Mr. Knight also toying with the doors, trying to bait out movements out of these players in order to understand, are they in the first 4 or in the second one? Paharet as well coming in here, so they're going to start to really sandwich in this position. The blue zone has started to move here, so still another 2 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock here, as the rotations are going to start to come through. And question is, who's able to find the correct timing to enter the zone? I also feel like that because the zone is like this, there's probably going to be a good bunch of teams that are going to remain within the first blue zone, and then only afterwards move in. Crazy27 has managed to find Mr. Knight here, who tried to push in through the doors, and now Paharet and Esko are going to really feel the pressure to come up on top, and here Crazy jumping out of the window. Paharet will still come out on top. Patrick now pushing out, will be able to drop him as well, but little does he know that there are 2 members of no organization just around the corner, as did he get a tag in, as Esko will finish off Crazy27, leaving wait, there's still Bullbeats alive?
He drove away. He left his team there. He's in the next zone already, almost. He was on the way with a bike. Yeah, he's slowly driving in.
He was just like, sorry, I'm out.
Well, it's still the battle, not only for the kills, but the position in the end as well. And you have to choose.
Pycons only has 5 bandages and 1 energy drink available. He needs to find a vehicle desperately here, as is there any cars available or anything of that sort?
Nope.
Oh, this is a horrible situation for him. As you can see now, no organization players are going to be on the move as well, but they have a car available. So for Pycons, it's looking pretty bleak right now, as pretty much most of the lobbies have made it into the actual zone already here. And in the meantime, if I'm not mistaken, that is from Silver to Land battling it out here with Discount Gaming.
He gets one down. He knocks one Madkid. Knocks down the monitorized from the car, and looks like the car is almost to blow up. Racer, will he survive? No.
Oh, he managed to get that kill by blowing up the car. So 9ups here from Pew Pew, the team that didn't attend last week, are finally here and showing up, as Caffeine is able to find Squeezy22 as well. So that's Discount Gaming suffering crazy losses here, and they actually are in a pretty good position here. They do have a ridge available. They have a bird's eye view on what is happening within the rear. You can see Division players, they're trying to cross over by swimming. Alchemist still staying behind towards that very ridge on the other side of Sosnovka Island, and now monetized here as well on the ground, just passing information on, not finished off just yet, as they're still trying to bait in these players. And you can see as well for Mighty Wolves, as I already said, they're going to be coming into this zone with a delay from George Pool in the meantime. And I mean, Suffolk here just taking a swim, going for that Novorepnoye area.
So the phase 2 is in, so that means all this island is going to be the next zone. Almost all the island is going to be the next zone. So that means all of these guys that's over in the other side will have to just try to get over.
Yeah.
So the bridge fight.
The bridge camps.
That's the number 1 strategic play out of PUBG that we know, and we have done that in the past as well. So.
I feel like everyone who's played PUBG at some point in time has camped a bridge, because it's always just so much fun. Of course, free kills, free loot, free stuff, and hey, man, like whenever you're like playing PUBG, and I know a lot of people get upset about this, is that, you know, you get killed off by some camper in the woods. It's it's just a strategy, man. Like somebody,
Yeah.
there are people that don't care about kills. They just want that first position, and if that means that is like a single kill game, whilst I'm also not a fan of that because I personally don't feel good about myself when I only get one kill and then win the game, it's still a win.
Yeah, and interesting fact as well. The guy that we were following up in Upside in the Sosnovka, he died. Those 4 or 5 bandages were not enough.
Oh,
he died in the zone.
Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick. He died
Oh no, that was excuse me. Patrick was finished off Pycons. Yeah, Pycons died off in the blue zone.
Yep.
So indeed, no vehicles, only bandages and 1 energy drink wasn't enough here in phase 2 as well. Is going to start off in 30 seconds as PI 5KNX from Garlic Coal struggling to survive as the remaining members of Lietuvos Ateitis are trying to finish him off. And also Zenks, the other member from Garlic Cola here, stuck in military base, and there's Cable Knights nearby.
Well, in a long battle, PI5 gonna be paying for that kill in the VAC previously as he gets down and as he gets killed as well. So that means 1 less member for the Garlicola, and Groove is gonna feel a bit better for giving a bit of revenge. Right?
Yeah, revenge indeed. And for Garlicola being one of those, like PI5, was usually one of the guys that continuously started for a longer time here. And here we do have figure of 5 players, I believe. Armin is aware of the fact that there's a boat coming in from the left-hand side. Definitely hears them coming, and that is going to be lobby number 13, Pandora, as Zigzas already drops SQHM out of the boat, and he's gonna be out of the game. As you know, if you're dropped out of the boat while it's in mid-traffic, Aurekas as well. How does that work?
But we still have 2 more members for them.
It showed that he killed himself.
Yeah, he jumped out from the vehicle in the move.
Oh,
it
of course.
blew up second after.
It's the same as in real life when you're jumping out of a fast-moving object above water. It's just essentially jumping down onto concrete.
An interesting fact: those guys who were fighting still on the upside of the map, those are all dying now.
Okay,
So they didn't make the zone as well. So they took the fight a little bit too much. They provoked it for too long, and that means they won't be able to attend the game anymore.
And surprisingly enough, I thought that there's going to be a lobby out of the game, and as I say that, no organization, first lobby out here, so still another 17 teams in here, but 50 people only alive, so a lot of backwards and forwards action as the next team to leave is going to be Discount Gaming, and that is Saber killing them off. Hopefully that's not a glitch what I see, right? Discount Gaming is
they
out.
are out, and it's really interesting to see that those 2 teams that got out in these games were those who had a little bit of fights in the early game, and they weren't thinking about.
Yeah, so phase 2 finishing off here, last remaining seconds as the players are getting in. Silo as well has spotted a few of these Kuhn players trying to get across, and we all also very well know this situation. And for Discount Gaming being in that very top hill or around that area, as you can see, it's starting to look pretty good for them. Is that Discount Gaming? Oh no, I'm mixing it up, isn't it? It's QQ.
Yeah, they can play it out really smart. If they stay on the top of the hill and make sure that no one else approaches them, that means they win this game out through the zone. And if they have the scopes in their hands, that means they can approach and get some kills as well.
Oh, for sick one, come on, man, just land a bullet. One more bullet, and the guy is going to be on the ground. He's just gunning for that tree line, and that finally, and it's always as well, when you're just barely there, it's the final bullet that hits you. And for Kuhn players, they're going to have a horrible time, if even a chance of getting out of this water, as Sick One is going to continuously put them down on the ground. Zenks, in the meantime, has been found by Vicious from Cable Knights, so that is Zenks going down in the military base, and of course his body is already going to be looted as the explosion, excuse me, not the explosion, but Sick One being explosive with the mini is going to completely finish off Kuhn, and they're going to be out of the game, and Bull Beats...
Close.
Come on, man, you can do it, but the hands are too slow.
Looks like he's gonna be the
no chance.
The 15th team out of this game. He took the battle with fishes, and well, he now is gonna be swimming with them. Well, this is the battle we've been waiting for.
Oh my my god,
Looks
Mighty
like it's
Wolves
gonna
and
happen.
Litis, they're gonna spot each other here. Kaz, he's gonna spot one of the first players, and that is going to be General already taking fire as he's trying to put down a grenade. Being on low HP, he's gonna be dropped onto the ground in the meantime now. Cloudtail going down on the ground. Content knows that he needs to finish these players off. They are their opponents, and Content will kill off Cloudtail as X-Chris now dropping armaments. It's going to be a backwards and forwards battle here. Kaz in the meantime will finish off General as well, so Mighty will suffering losses here. Q-ish and Content still staying alive instantly. Q-ish drives away, leaving Content behind and understanding that this is not an engagement they want to take out to the fullest as well. Kaz understanding that this is Mighty Wolves, that they need to take them out of the game, but because he takes that tag from a different direction, I believe that is Aggressiva Betsupru, the shooting at them, he was forced to fall back there, so still chance for Mighty Wolves.
But what's really interesting right now, Elitist will stay in this kind of position, but right now the Mighty Wolves have to change the position, but they don't know where the enemies are in a different place of the map, as they are driving blindly somewhere and trying to get some cover.
Yeah, so they need to first seek out information, second, understand where is safe and what is not safe, and also try to figure out where these Litis players are going to go. But it's also valuable that they found this first engagement with them, because now they know which side of the map they're coming on, and they can start thinking about how they will move around the map.
Oh, almost. Well, this is the OCD kicking in from my side. When I look at someone almost dying, running in the zone and not using the meds, it's cringy for me. I can't watch that.
Cringy, okay. Well, the next phase, this phase is start to finish off here. There's still another 10 seconds remaining here, and I feel like this game has been only a minute long here, as there's only 40 people alive, as 14 teams still remaining on the server here. Pew Pew laying down fire from that very hilltop, and of course also giving away their position. And phase 4 on here, so still for Pew Pew, an ideal position. They have a bird's eye view. They can just stand here and just wait for someone to come up. As we all know, there's just a single road leading to that top hillside, so it's pretty hard to approach them.
I just want to point out that really well played by from Silver to Land. They have these houses all by themselves, and this is the moment when the zone's going to be pushing in, and they're going to have to just be the door holders of the zone. And as we see right now, Grian showing his skill with a Car 98, and in the previous week as well, he got a lot of knocks and kills with this weapon.
Yeah, for the second week in a row now, he's been dropping players with these the Car 98 shots, and Voiden also has been spotted as he's making way towards Senso, desperately running over. Can he make it in time? And it's the very last seconds. It's like a horrible war movie where you're like your man is dying on your hands essentially here, as Anabolins now looking to kill off one of these Saber players, trying to rotate around the map, and you can see also Cable Knights now moving in. Latest are going to be in a great position, and now Bluazar is passing through Content and Q-ish here, so no chance he's going to be surviving that engagement, as he's going to be dropped out of the car, and instantly you can see Grui turning around, understanding no need to take an engagement with these guys. That is Lattelecom sitting not far off in the standings from Mighty Wolves as well. So also, as I already said, they've shown a very good result here, and X-Chris might just spot Cable Knights here as they're passing through. Come on. Can he get the drop? Great. He gets the drop on the player, as Coralius will go down here. Does he teammate stop? No, Shyness is going to continue moving on here, and also passing, of course, the information that the latest players are there, but unfortunately for them, Kaz already has spotted them, and they still need to make it to this next following zone.
Ooh, Suffolk is pushing really close to the members of the team Pandora, and looks like they're just gonna try to catch them down as well. Nyx is just down the slope of the mountain. Will he spot it out?
You need to be a bit lucky. Ruxus was found, but he wasn't the first guy to go down here, so still solid job coming out from him, as X-Chris now has managed to put hitters on the ground there as well. Shyness boosting up, making sure he can take that engagement with these players, as I'm not entirely sure if Litis players do realize that their Cable Knights players are there from the both sides, and still also Litis now, Kaz has spotted these figure of 5 players, and they're still all 4 alive, only 2 members from Litis, and as I already said, Shyness,
he misses.
That's a free kill. How do you miss that? He still sees the player there, as Garlic in the meantime is going to be taking out of the tournament, and not the tournament, this game, X-Chris as well, suffering attacks from different directions. Alchemist, in the meantime, has found one of the Pandora players, so the battle is still on there. And this grenade might be huge. Does it land? Hello? Where's the explosion? Give me the boom. Oh, it was far off. It seemed like that he's going to knock these two players down from the ridge, and that would be like a lot of free kills for Latest here.
Still in behind of them, there's Shine is sitting in his zone trying to fight with X-Chris, but I don't think that this is the member that you want to have a fight in.
Yeah, definitely. You could see X-Chris not really missing a lot of shots there, and Shyness as well down in the blue zone, but in the meantime, Cash Money Dollar has managed to drop X-Chris down on the ground, so it's all on the shoulders of Kaz here for Litis to still fight for these valuable points, and as I already said very early on here, they're suffering a devastating fate as losing early members from the from Mighty Wolves engagement there, and now Figure of 5 are looking to finish them off. In the meantime, Shyness will bleed out, so X-Chris still does manage to secure valuable points for his team, but that's definitely not enough in order for them to fight off with Mighty Wolves in the standings, and they're not far from the next phase as well. Look at that, circle is just getting more and more centric, so everyone is going to have an uphill battle, but at the very top, as I already said, still all 4 Pew Pew members are alive, so they've won the jackpot with the zone and their positioning.
Kaz really close to be thrown down out of this game, just a sliver of the health left on his side. So that means they right now where the team Figure of 5 is, and Zigas gets one down for the Mighty Wolves. This is right now the battle. Who's going to survive the most of so right now we have Mighty Wolves being dropped down.
And X-Chris is going to be knocked down on the ground again, so it's again only on the shoulders of Kaz here. Figure of 5 ruining the day for both leaders of the standings right now, battling both directions, and that is going to be Littest very early on here. Only the 12th position for them. They did have about 5 kills, or maybe 6, but not more than that. And as well, that's good news for Mighty Wolves, as they should know by now that one of their main contenders here is out of the game. Also towards that right hand side, now Caffeine is laying down fire onto Division.
So this is like the moment for the Mighty Wolves. If they are paying attention for the kill feed, they know that the Latest is out of this game. This is the moment where you don't take fights and you survive as much as you can.
Survive as long as possible, and if an opportunity to get free kills rises, of course, take them. That's still extra points to gain, but they're in a pretty good location right now. It looks like Division are going to be playing with Figure of 5 from the very side, but Cash Money Dollar here and Co. from Figure of 5 might just run into these Division players. They should spot them in a second, as only now Cash Money Dollar spots them, sees one. Can he find any more? There's only one guy peeking over that ridge here.
As right now, I think it's not about the fighting, it's getting in the zone right now, as we have only the 50 seconds left for the phase 5 to move in and start, and we're going to know the next zone as well. As Pew Pew and on top of the mountain just laying down kills left and right, as right now we have problems from Silver to Land when they encountered members from the What Do You Mean team, as I believe Hanky gets dropped down, so that means Haston is the only person alive there, as Cubish gets a few kills. Just let me find him. There it is. Cubish gets 1 kill, and Alchemist is right now fighting with the Figure of 5. The team that got out Litis from this game.
Yeah, so Figure of 5 did manage to knock out Litis. There's still one guy on in the form of Cash Money Dollar on the ground there. Armeens and Co. taking fire from Division. They're actually going to push forward here, but in the meantime, Pandulis has managed to drop Cubish. So Content rushing over quickly to pick him up here. They really need to start to think about a different position, I feel like, because they're in an awkward spot. But as I say that, the next lottery does fall towards Content. Now, this is an awkward spot to be here, because as soon as you walk on top of that hill, you're extremely exposed. Staying also below here, you're going to be sandwiched in. So it's very strange and an awkward spot for them. They only have a single vehicle available for them to use as cover. And as well, question is, when you choose the timing to blow it up in order to not suffer any accidental damage from vehicle
and as
explosions.
well, what is interesting in this game, this is the end. Like, this is the last week for them. And right now, everyone is willing to fight. I love to see action like that. People are around.
Sufik has managed to find Cash Money Dollar here, spraying desperately in that smoke. Still doesn't get the kill. That was a free kill available for him. unfortunately doesn't still get the enough damage required here, and now is going to be forced to run towards that very edge of the zone, and will need to find a different angle. He did take a shot to the back there, but for Figure of 5 as well, they've already moved into this next zone, but they still, I would suggest crossing that road, because crossing it afterwards is not going to be any good options. Content in the meantime has managed to pick up Q-ish here, and also has found a drop towards the side of Aggressiva BESL Pro. In the meantime, Coffeenus from Pew Pew has taken down What Do You Mean, and Haston, the last hope for them, didn't work out here, as Aggressiva BESL Pro fighting to survive. And also for From Silver to Land, they're sneaking into this next zone, and LQFTW has actually stayed behind to make sure that their team is not going to be backstabbed. And it also means that for From Silver to Land, all they need to care about is who's in front.
Yeah, and it's really tricky situation for them, because right now to get up the hill, it's the only position here, and if someone checks that guy, that side of the zone, they can't get out.
And you can see Aggressiva BESL Pro are looking toward that direction, as still for Pew Pew, like they've found already 9 kills here, and they've taken down a few lobbies, as Madkid now in a battle with Suffolk here will be healing up, as Suffolk with that mutant has a 6x scope on it, and as we already talked today as well off frame, that single fire is definitely pretty good firing mode on that weapon, so very, very viable currently in this patch.
So what's really interesting to see is that even like the teams that got pretty lucky, like Coffeenus, as Team Pew Pew, as Coffeenus, they had to get down from the hill, and right now they have to battle it out. And as we see in the side of the battle, a lot of people is dying. Let me just look at the map. So that means almost all From Silver to Land got knocked out, as few other teams as well, as we have only one member left for the team Aggressiva BESL Pro as well. Vicious takes out, who's out?
Cable Knights are out.
Cable Knights are out. Well, unfortunately for them.
And Division is out as well, so Pew Pew finding more success for themselves, as now it is going to be a big battle for Figure of 5 coming up here as well, and Figure of 5 are in a very good spot to try and take the victory here, and Mighty Wolves not far off from that next phase. They are going to be looking to move into very quickly here. Only 5 teams alive here, as 14 people in general, and look, it's so awkward when the hill is in the middle. You just have to play around it, but that means you never know what you are going to run into when you're going to start to circle around it.
It's all about where you position yourselves, but I give a lot of props to From Silver to Land coming in this game and being all 4 of them alive, haven't dropped any one of the members. We have seen I think Rian got knocked down 3 times in this game, and some other members as well from their team. But otherwise than that, really well played by them. But I know I have my curse as the caster, and right now looks like they're gonna have a really great fight with their team Pew Pew. As we have seen before, Pew Pew is really precise in this game.
Yeah,
they took 2 games, 1 week off, and now they come back and do a lot of damage.
As Q-ish now taking an engagement with Figure of 5 will dispose of Armians in the meantime, so that leaves only 3 members, if I'm not mistaken, on Figure of 5's side alive, as Aggressiva BESL Pro are going to be the team staying in the 5th position in this game, as they're going to be eliminated now.
He's really close. Can he go for it? He knows that one of his teammates got knocked down. This is the moment to shine. Come on, push the mountain.
Oh, Content peeking over that ridge instantly will be able to drop Pandos as well here, as the next member is going to be on the line here, and that is going to be Figure of 5 out.
These are the points the Mighty Wolves really need. Right now, 7 kills in their hands, and they know the Littles is out. All the kills what they get now is just making the bigger gap for the Littles to cover.
So we have From Silver to Land, Mighty Wolves, and Pew Pew still alive here. 9eps, the last man standing for them, so it's going to be pretty much all about From Silver to Land and Mighty Wolves. And as we know as well, I believe From Silver to Land are also very keen to drop down Mighty Wolves. To my understanding, they want them out.
Well, this is the moment what they've been talking about a lot. From Silver to Land have been in these final situations, but they haven't succeeded yet. And this is the moment for them to shine out and show that they can do a really great battles in the end of everything. So Content finishes the neps.
Yeah, 9ups is going to be out, so
So
Pew Pew
only
are going to be
two
securing
teams.
that third position. They did manage to rack up 12 kills, and a few lobbies were taken out by them. Kiwish will spot the first player, and I'm not entirely sure how much from Silver to Land we're following the kill feed, but if they have done the math correctly, they should know that there are 2 Mighty Wolves players alive here as the next following phase number 8. Nobody is in it just yet, and from Silver to Land have a pretty good understanding of in terms of the positioning for these Mighty Wolves players, and they're just peeking over these ridges, looking for those quick headshots. Grian is going to miss that Car 98 shot as LQFTW is going to be staying behind. His teammate Kiwish does manage to get the drop onto Grian here. That is going to be a bit of relief as he's able to boost up. Yet again, the movement will need to come out soon here as the phase is going to start to move in, the blue zone is going to start to move here in about 10 seconds.
Exactly, and they're not in the zone, so that means content right now has to push in, get some knocks as well in, otherwise they will have to fight inside the zone.
And I don't think they have any more grenade. Oh, there was still one more grenade available for them. With those smokes, content is just going to be hiding away here, trying to play the very edge of the zone.
He gets the momentum.
Oh my god!
Will he get the kill? I think no one of the team from Silver Land expects that he's somewhere here on the side of the hill. Mickett, will you spot him out?
Mickett is just taking a safe position just to secure it for their team, just to make sure that at least one of their members is going to be in the zone, is going to be healing up here as well, and instantly boosting as Kiwish is going to join content here. So they've actually managed to get to the zone. Ooh, Mickett is going to be instantly dropped by content here as he's looking to drop the second at his LQFTW. It's a 2-on-2. This is very doable for Mighty Wolves as the content will be dropped by Geckos here. So only Kiwish standing, taking the engagement. He's suffering a lot of health loss. And that is going to be Mighty Wolves? No, that is going to be from Silver to Land.
They did it! They actually won a game!
Oh my god, congratulations. Now that's a team I was not expecting to take this first game here. Still though, Mighty Wolves as well securing that second position. So let's have a look and see first of all, let me just quickly take a breather about what the hell was that first phase?
Yeah, well, that was what you were trying to...
I was praying
yes,
for it, because that
you
just
wanted
makes
to
it
say
so
something
more
like that.
chaotic.
When we have the zones like that, this is the end game we have where unexpectedly and really well played from Silver to Land, they get the victory right here, but...
Well, how many kills they have? They have 8 kills. So 8 kills is very good coming out from them in the second position. Mighty Wolves take suffering losses very early on here. Still were able to put up 8 kills themselves as well and the second position.
This is the victory that they were craving for. As in the first game of the final week, they get the second position in the first game and know that Latest were one of the first ones to get dropped out. Whew, spicy for them.
A big surprise for me was Pew Pew securing the third position, and as I already said, they had 12 kills. They knocked out a few lobbies, and because they were on the very top of that hill, the highest top on the map, if I'm not mistaken, they were able to pick those teams off from above, stayed alive, stayed safe, didn't overpeak their welcome, and therefore that success.
Yeah, but the moment where they were starting to lose were where they had to move. And this is like the not a lot of knowledge of the game in their hands. Whenever they have the zone and don't have to move around, that's where they shine.
Well, the problem is that when you're at the very top of that hill, if you don't have literally every single member of your team scouting like a quadrant in each direction, you don't know really what you're running into. And also, like it's not like a direct slope that you're looking at. There's bumps, there's holes, there's ridges, and of course, you never really know what you're going to run into. In the fourth position, we did have that is Figaro 5. So Figaro 5 as well, as I already previously mentioned, they've grown as a team during this season, and they're showing it yet again in this final week as well, as fifth was taken by Aggressiva Bet Supruotus. So, holy moly, what a first match here.
This was an interesting game to cast and watch over as well. I was really excited for the last moments as well. We had the battle of the two Goliaths, as they say. You know, we had the battle Goliaths. Thank you for correcting that. We had the Mighty Wolves fighting the Latest out in the middle of the field.
And you could see Mighty Wolves as well. As soon as they lost 2 members, they were like, okay, that's it. There's no need to risk it any further. They also understood that they still need to start to move into the zone, and it's better for them to get into the zone earlier, and then it's the pressure on for Latest to get into the zone. Therefore, going to be running towards the direction of Mighty Wolves. Wolves.
I hope all of you at home followed everything what he said, and let's learn all together, right?
Okay, it's just a lot of excitement because it was a crazy first
I
match.
totally agree with that. My heart is pumping a bit faster than it was before, and
It might just be the Red Bull though.
no, it's the water.
It's the water.
Water.
Okay. Water. Okay, well, we're going to go in a small break here. When we're back, we're going to see the second game, which is going to be, of course, played on Miramar. Yeah. In the meantime, of course, don't forget to type in chat.
#Volt.
There we go. #Volt's in the chat for free food, 10 euros worth of stuff that you can gain. As I already said, we'll be back shortly. When we're going to be back, we're going to quickly have a look and see how the standings have changed after this first match, and then we're going to jump into Miramar. So see you in about 5-6 minutes, and we'll be back.
The sound of big booming 4v4 friend fragging action? We'll fix you up. Go big, go boom with Guns of Boom.
Lešik, butik, jau viss ir redzēts. Thriller, killer, tas viss ir redzēts. Skandāls, secret, viss ir redzēts. Creepy, crazy, jā, viss ir redzēts.
Pārsteidz mani, pārsteidz mani, pārsteidz mani, un tagad pārsteidz mani.
Lūdzu, jaunā Helio interaktīvā televīzija nomaina Lattelecom ITV. Televizors, tālrunis un planšete darbojas kā viens vesels. Tagad pārvaldi un aizraujies pilnīgi jaunā līmenī. Izklaide progresē. Helio.
a reason to chase what you've been dreaming. For you I strive, and every week is a season. The winter's got my knuckles bleeding, but I don't mind. Sometimes I think that I could feel it. It keeps my time. Every night when I'm dreaming, feels like I'm falling through the ceiling. No, I don't mind, no. Just falling apart. The king's horses and men couldn't mend what is left of my broken heart. And now I finally realize it's what keeps me in line. No, I don't mind. No, I don't mind. Cities are rising in front of me. I wanna hide it, want to go back to sleep. I wish I could rewind it. Can I rewind it? We woke up naked, like we're more than friends. We can go through it, can do it all again, like we rewind it. Like we rewind it, and I don't wanna know, I just wanna feel. We let it go, nothing is too wrong, we make it real. Don't wanna care, we just live and die. I see you there, nothing is too wrong for you and I.
Welcome back yet again as we're going to approach the second game, but before that, once more, congratulations from Silver to Land for securing that first victory in this first game of the final week number 8 here in Baltic Esports League. One more time, I will quickly remind that for whoever is attending the Vault giveaway, quick reminder, you need to be subscribed to the YouTube channel in order for you to be eligible for that. So now, let's briefly have a look at the standings and see how things have changed after this first game, and set up ourselves for more intrigues here on the way. So let's see. Mighty Wolves currently sitting on 12,240 points. So getting close to that 2,000 point lead above Littest. Still a bit more required, but for Littest, I must say that was a very unlucky game. And as we spoke off frame as well, you could see that on the map, as soon as one of the members of Littest went down or was dropped, the whole attention within that region went towards their direction.
You could literally see that everyone were moving their scopes on the side of the team Littest and trying to scope them down and find them in an unfortunate situation. What actually happened as well?
Exactly. So further down for Lietuvos Ateitis and Division and Agresyva Betsi, not a lot has changed. All of these teams did fall out somewhere around phase 5. So they took a few unlucky engagements and a few hits to the backside as well. Garlic Cola were dropped out early on here, but from Silver to Land, because they did manage to secure that first victory as well as had a nice kill count, 8 if I recall correctly, for them. That means that they're definitely securing themselves in a very good position with 1,100 point lead above Figaro 5.
So in next upcoming 3 games we're going to have, if Garlic Hall is still going to have an unfortunate games out, so that means from Silver to Land can still try and collect the 6th position for them.
Yeah.
Still possible.
Exactly. So Figaro 5, what do you mean, and Cable Knights as well. And still no major changes in that region. Further down we do have Pandora, No Organization, Saber, Kun, Discount Gaming. Really, I don't think that's, from my memory, not a lot has changed here. And also still for Pew, even finding those 12 kills and securing that 3rd position, that still hasn't saved them from last place. Even Ascenda, who are not playing today, are still above them.
But we have to remember that we have 3 more exciting games, and as well, next game is going to be played in Miramar. So that means, as we know, it's the favorite map for the team Littest, and in the previous matches they have had even 20 plus games in this particular map. And if I'm correct, they have won more games in the Miramar than in Erangel.
Okay, so as well, like for Littest, really now falling out so early, around 12th position, this puts them and sets them up for more pressure on their side. And as well for Mighty Wolves now having this 1,600 point lead, this is the moment where they're probably going to really start thinking about what sort of engagements they're going to be taking here, as we're going to be heading into this map. And in the very few seconds, I believe all the players are on the server here, so it's going to be launched very shortly. So question is, now the first flight path was a pretty standard one, but the first phase was a wild one. So question is, are we going to see the same scenario happening on Miramar here? Because I feel like the game is probably going to give us some sort of a horizontal path. I would like to see the one more time that the first phase is towards the left-hand side of the map, where the big cliff is the inaccessible area of the map, and that would as well act as the same on Erangel, that water.
I really wish that we're gonna have the end, like the end part of the zone, or the first phase even in those little islands that we have in the north side.
Oh, yeah, that's
in the
what,
south side.
I think that's considered one of the rarest phases
it's possible.
on Miramar. Yeah, I remember just when Miramar showed up within like the first week or two, there were starting like YouTube videos start to appear with the zone finishing off even somewhere between these islands. So you would had players swimming towards that direction. And
this is an interesting flight path, I must say.
my guess was right, but it's more towards the bottom side of the map. So
Well, it's still possible for them to take the islands next to Impala and hope that there's the zone ending somewhere around that.
indeed.
area.
So classically, we're probably going to see yet again. I really don't think that there's going to be any changes in terms of where these teams are going to be heading. So for Impala, we're probably going to see What Do You Mean? Los Leones is going to be Agresiva BESL Pro. Somewhere around San Martin, they're probably going to be Latest sitting. Mighty Wolves, if I recall correctly, they actually have been a few times in El Al-Zahar, sometimes in El Pozo. Garlic Cola goes for those craters.
Now, if I'm correct, Mighty Wolves are taking the houses around the Picado, not inside the Picado,
Oh
but
yeah,
around.
sorry.
the
Yeah,
area.
last week they were around that area.
That's
as well.
their new meta in this map, and
It's not a bad one. Like you're in the middle of the map, so
Yeah.
you'll have enough time to move around where it is required, and also for them, that's gonna give the opportunity to really think about where you want to be in the zone. And like we've seen Mighty Wolves on Miramar so many times finding the jackpot with the phase itself in terms of being in the middle of it.
Yeah,
So
and before we jump in the next game, I just want to put in that as well. In a previous game, we saw what happens if someone is dropping in the side of the map, they couldn't get back. As we had two teams dying inside the blue zone.
yeah. So like you really, if the phase is completely whack, sort of say, if I may say so, then you really need to start thinking about if you are super far away when you're gonna move towards it. If you are in engagement as it was between Praise the Lord and No Organization towards that Severny town, then you really need to, as I already said, recognize the opportunity first to leave and also understand what is the correct timing when to leave and get into this next zone. So we have the plane on the way, the players are jumping out and seem to be, can't see their faces, but I would assume they're pretty excited here. Anyone who is rooting for Mighty Wolves, let us show those wolves in the chat for latest. Put the flames on, whoever is rooting for them. So there's definitely still a super interesting battle for these two, I must say now, titans in this regular season.
As right now, we can see the few of the members of the latest is getting their shoots out somewhere around the Picado. So that could mean that they're getting a long flight zone to San Martin. That's usually the place where they end up being as well. But all the other teams are really dividing themselves in the lower side with the map.
And look how much action is going to be in Los Leones. There's actually going to be 3 lobbies here. So it's going to be Agresiva BESL Pro, Pew Pew. And is that No Organization I see? Yep, those are them. So 3 teams here, and actually still even, I believe, 1 member from Pandora as well, somewhere around that. So we do have the first phase on the map here as well. 4 minutes and 50 seconds, a pretty default one, relatively centric, as if anyone is just above that area is going to need to move down. And of course as well for What Do You Mean and Division as well, going for that very side of the map, they will need to move slightly inwards. But as you can see, there's a lot of open area in front of them around La Bandita, so there should be no problem with that.
I expect that there's going to be a lot of early game action for them happening in this kind of zone, because they're so packed really close to each other inside the zone already that if someone moves around, everyone's going to know about them.
That is one thing, and second thing as well, having so many teams already inside the first zone does mean that, for those teams that need to take this one cautiously, they definitely will have the opportunity. Also, now, it is worth mentioning that it seems that Litis are going to be playing as a 3-man stack all these matches today. So having the added pressure of going down that early in the first match, you really start to feel the flames beneath their seats.
Well, I believe that in this game, what they should do is, as we talked previously, is to make a little bit safer plays out and wait for the end game to happen, and then rack as many kills as they can and try to find Mighty Wolf somewhere on the map.
Yeah, I think not a bad approach in my opinion would be to see if you can survive, say, till like phase 5, and starting from phase 5 upwards, try to take every relatively safe engagement that you can. So, like, that does mean that you are securing yourself with not a bad position in the actual standings of the current match, as well as the fact that you'll be able to find worthy opponents that are worth taking down as well. Because, of course, kills count, but it's only 15 points per kill. So, as you already said, Litest historically have been able to put up high kill games here on Miramar, and I would be expecting to see them doing that again.
But I really enjoyed the play style right now for the Mighty Wolves as they take these individual the groups of the houses. If they lose one of their members somewhere there, that doesn't mean that the whole team is wiped out, and they still can manage to come back in this game as well. But it's a bit of the pressure to get back together.
Yeah.
In this close zone where everyone's in there, if you're going to move somewhere around the mountains, you're going to get shot down. As right now, I think General doesn't know that Zenx is there. It could happen that Zenx surprises him if he doesn't spoil the surprise.
Yeah, so...
Well, dude, no. Don't go out.
No.
General has eyes. He will spot you out.
Well, Zenx really needs to take... General spotted that car and instantly was a 180 turn as he's going to be turning and driving away from this position. And of course, as well, Zenx realizing that he has been spotted because the car was left in the open. And this is also one of the points, like, if you want to lure someone in, make sure that you hide that vehicle at least, not leaving it in the open. Of course, very early on, it's valuable for you to obviously jump out of the vehicle as quickly as possible and get loot first, but afterwards, if the opportunity presents itself, I really say you need to hide it. Here, I can see a bit will spot out Caffeinus as well, and he's going to be dropping him onto the ground here as Nineps now looking to retaliate, has put down a bit of damage on Almabolan here, and he's already rotating around. We spotted out here as those M4 shots just not connecting, and Almabolan will finish off Caffeinus.
These are really close counters where they are fighting, and there's a lot of walls between each player. You can hide really fast, and it's all about the timing to catch someone out. As I speak, Italiano gets somewhere around 10. He gets knocked down by Goodnick.
Yeah, so Goodnick from Pew Pew yet again showing up here on their side as he is able to even out the forces, so to say, but I must say, like, battling it out here, and oh my god, Nineps with a headshot will be able to also take down Anabolis here, so Aggressiva Betso Pruatu very early on suffering a lot of losses on their side, only 2 members alive for them here, so, and now no organization as well, hearing those gunshots, are gonna try to join this fight, but do they know in which direction they need to see? I don't think they actually realize that.
I think they spotted him now, just in a second.
Oh yeah, Fonz has spotted him for sure. He's on the run as he sees the players, tries to get the shots into the backside. Wazigota quickly able to escape there, leaving half health behind for him. Also, Mystery is now being able to drop Voiden on the ground as that is member from Saber.
There's a lot of cars driving around between the 2 members of Gallico, and if they drop out, they're going to be in the middle of everything there. Mysteries? This is the time to shine.
Oh, Mysteries, come on, show us that M4 skill as he's tapping
away
away here.
One bullet in the hand, one more, and he drops him down. Come on, you can do this. Oh, he hits the rock somewhere.
Come on, Shinus, you can go. Well, the reload saves him, so Mystery is not able to follow up on that one. PI5 Canex here quickly also able to provide backup. And why is he got it now? He's going to find funds. That is no organization engaging in a fight here, not expecting for Mr. Knight to be just around the corner, so was able to revenge his teammates' death there very quickly on. So Times, if I'm not mistaken, is the last man standing for Aggressiva Betsa in Los Leones, and that's also one of the reasons why I really hate this town in Miramar. I generally try to avoid it completely just because there's so many buildings, so many unknown factors, and like whenever the final zone is in Los Leones, I just always feel super paranoid that there essentially is a man around every single corner.
Just a second ago, there one surprised few of the members from the Saber and knocked 2 down and finished as well. One with the fist, one with the gun. So that means they already have 2 lost members from the side with the Saber. Really crucial moments for them as well. Because, well, they are still fighting in for the positions in the lower side, but still fighting.
Hey,
And
positions is money.
Yeah, and if you lose in 8 minutes 2 of your members in this kind of map, that's really crucial for them.
And speaking of money, in the meantime, I will remind you that the first place in this regular season is going to secure themselves with 460 euros. The second place is going to get 360, third 280, and fourth is going to be 200 euros. So still good amount of money here. You get to play games, show who's the best, and still earn a bit extra as well for that pocket. So a good weekend for someone on the way for sure here. And Theory might just spot Syncopus here. He definitely hears the player around, has spotted him, and now is just waiting for the correct opportunity when to strike. He's going to be taking those shots and is going to be able to take down Syncopus as well. So Theory single-handedly there is able to take down yet another member from Saber. And I feel like the teammates are like, what the hell is happening towards Hacienda?
In so early game, they lost 3 of the members of their team. It's now about how he will try to survive this battle true and true what's going to upcome. And Rooks gets away with a sliver of health from the team. What do you mean? They had no power to finish them off.
Yeah, so for Kartoshka as well, Rooks is now not being the only man on the server, as Eastai's Lodge poses the man with the pan is on the server as well. So happy days, perhaps another pan kill on the way, and I will remind you yet again, Litis did say that if they really will start to fall behind and if nobody can catch them up, they're gonna go for that crossbow game to get those archery lessons. Another knock here coming out from Garlic Hollow, so they have been very active early on, but Wormick now from Kuhn joins the fight, and a very good distance as well. That's like 200 something meters, isn't it?
Yep, looks like so, and it's just from the side of the houses there, and it looks like Mistra is just going to be left there to die out as PI4 is trying to survive and get away. Because, well, at the start of the game, their one got two kills in their hands, so they in the total have 3. It's still a good battle for them upcoming.
Yeah, and I think around that drop, that's Cable Knights that have managed to pick it up, is it? Yeah, Cable Knights indeed. Question is, what do they have and who are we looking for? Show us the lucky guy. That's an AUG. Okay, level 3 helmet, of course, and an AUG in hand. Definitely wouldn't say no to that gun, especially if you can combine it with a 4x, that single tap. It has a relatively decent knockback, so shouldn't have any issues of controlling that weapon. PI5 Kennex here is going to be pushed by Cable Knights. He actually jumps on his head, and Shyness will finish him off. So that's 1 member down for Garlic Hollow, leaving only Zenks alive.
Well, there is still there one somewhere on the map. He looks like he's disconnected.
Okay.
Well, problems in his side.
Unluckus, I must say.
But was he in the zone? I think he was in the zone somewhere.
What,
before he got disconnected. I can't find him here on the map, but well, who knows?
He was in Hacienda fighting
it's
off
still
Saber.
in the zone, so if he connects back, the zone won't eat him alive, so maybe he gets back in the
As long as he's not running still in the straight line.
Yeah. Right now we have the Litis driving really close to Sensa, who's alone in the houses. If he takes this fight and gets someone out, takes someone out from the team Litis, it's going to be a crucial death for on their side, and he will be rewarded from the side of the Mighty Wolves with a prize or something if he does so.
Indeed, I'm pretty sure Mighty Wolves will pay for a drink or two for them, since I'm now spotting out these players and already taking shots towards his feet. He's going to be forced back here. Were those shots or were my eyes just glitching?
It was. Someone from the hillside spotted him out, gave some shots, gave the time for the Clowtail to drive by, and so now they're going to just take these houses near the Picado and make those as their little base now.
And also not a bad compound to have. Like, you have houses pretty much in every single direction, so you can always rotate in between themselves, especially if you have smokes. But Kuhn here might just spot these players out, and if they're able to get a single drop on the side of Litis, they'll know who they're going to be battling. And the question is, do Kuhn have a grudge against them? Like, do you think they're gonna be all right, let's just take Litis out, and if we take them out, happy days. If not, well, at least damage inflicted here, as Extris does take a shot to the body here, but has spotted out RVR guy.
As as well, an interesting fact, before this game, they didn't have the all 4 players, but now someone joined in. If I'm correct, it's Kavorka, right?
And Sigmund takes down Qwish, drops down, Qwish on the side of Mighty Wolves. So now, what do you mean in a fight here with Mighty Wolves? And as well, seeing that on the kill feed, they quickly understand that it's a serious fight to be taken here already. Another member on the side of what do you mean is going to be dropped down here. Qwish still looking to survive as general now, just providing valuable cover. In the meantime, Armands will drop Haston. Qwish, he's going to be finished off here. So Sigmund understanding that he really at least needs to start to secure these points. Armands with this rotation around might just find Silo, who's literally just around the corner here. So Mighty Wolves as well. Really, I mean, if they are the first team to leave here, that would be extremely upsetting. And as well, of course, in the kill feed, Litest also know that Mighty Wolves are in the fight, so I'm sure that their all attention is towards that kill feed.
Silo tried to surprise them around, but I believe that General and Armand has the earphones on and they can hear him approaching, and that's it for him. Right now they're going to push down the Sigmund. Sigmund gets dropped down really fast. They executed it really well, but in this fight they lost Qwish at the end of it.
Yeah,
they lost Qwish, plus they got 4 kills.
They got 4 kills, so they were able to take down What You Mean. Also, Pew Pew are going to be taken out of the game. In the meantime, Zigzag, of course, yet again, another...
our Warrior back. He connected back in the right time, as he's now the only player alive.
Happy days. So Garlic Cola still have an opportunity to start securing more points here as the next phase as well. It's just gonna go more and more towards that very center. So I feel like Picado is going to become a very hot area very soon.
Imagine the late game in the Picado. You can take the fights in every single corner.
And it's super cool as well, because like if that would be the case, there's so many buildings and you can so quickly rotate around them, and us like having those 4 or 5 story buildings and 4-story buildings, and even the opportunity of getting on the roof in one of those. In the meantime, Content has managed to spot out here from Silver to land. So
his rivals from the last game, I think in a kill feed they haven't yet spotted out from Silver to land, but if they would, I think there would be a little bit of grudge, and I believe they would push them or something.
Yeah, probably
just
they
to
would
show off, you know.
Yeah, just to prove a point here.
Yeah.
So still in position-wise, no real action in the nearest time. It's probably only on the next phase we're going to see it, but luckily that is happening in 3 seconds. So very soon we're going to see where all these players need to go. That's a painful one. So both Litest and, Mighty Wolves are sort of the very edge of it. They also have the opportunity, if they want to, as long as their position is solid enough, or at least they feel that it is, to start clearing out these teams and start securing more and more kill points for them. Cable Knights are in the middle of it, but are in a small gunfight with no organization division. Very good news for them. They've also taken quite a big compound for themselves. Mighty Wolves now already as well, moving in and sticking together here as Kavorka on the way, probably to pick up Kaz. He was taking fire from. Is that Pandora?
It's still the con in.
Oh, excuse me, con
inside the. Well, and they let them drive through. Just one lucky headshot. That's
our guy, come on! You just need one headshot, and that is going to be it. But they managed to escape safely here. So. Kun, of course, probably not going to move away too much from Picado. They just need to have a guy, I would say, towards every direction just to make sure that they are closing this circle off, or at least are able to spot out enemies in a timely fashion. And Theory connected back here is going to be heading for that graveyard area. So East Slashbells is now peeking towards these ridges. I believe how previously did already spot out Lietuvos Ateitis, and I must say the first game for Lietuvos Ateitis, whilst it started off a bit promising for them, very quickly turned into a nightmare. So.
And as well, remember, a really well played by 2 of the main teams, Mighty Wolves and Litest. In the first seconds, they know what's going to be the next zone. They move straight up. I think Mighty Wolves moved from position down here to a better position, and for the chance to be in the last position of the zones upcoming, and as well Litest straight on drew through the Picado. They took the risk to pay up. Because right now, if the Picado won't be in the zone, they're gonna repay with a bit of fire.
And at the very beginning of this game, I said that Litis are gonna be playing as a 3-man stack. Well, guess what? Kawork is playing as well, and now because Mighty Wolves are sort of on the back foot there because Kiwish went down, that is tough luck for Mighty Wolves. But as I say that, they're able to find and finish off Patrick the Lord from Praise the Lord. Judging by the nickname, I'm just gonna take a wild guess, and a very obvious one that Patrick was the one that established this stack.
Ooh, looks like the Kartoshka tried to push down on the team Kun, and they didn't get any kills.
Okay.
They got slaughtered. That's it for them.
Well, in that case, so far, no Hello Kitty onesie in Tallin.
Well, still no. And right now we have a fight still between the Latest and Cable Knights. Before that, Cable Knights were the ones shutting their shots in the side of the Latest, and right now I believe Xgris or Cloudtail got one knockdown, so that means it's going to be the fight 3 versus 4. And straight on there, just push.
And as we already previously spoken to them, they've said so themselves. Whenever they find a team that they feel are weaker than them, they're gonna go for that engagement.
Yeah.
So they've managed already to finish off one of the members of Cable Knights here, Cloudtail as well. We'll spot the second one, and Vicious really needs to be careful here. Has like the smallest tree in the world to use as a cover. Cloudtail now, that grenade from Hidas is gonna drop him on the ground as Kaz is gonna be falling back here just a bit to change the position around, and they very quickly realize that there's no need to overextend their welcome as well. In the meantime, Aggressive Betsuprota has gone down as times was found as well, and yet again from silver to LAN, LQFTW coming up huge as he's taking down so many members from Discount Gaming. So
yeah, as we can see, this fight is moving out. We have 3 members pushing in the mountainside when Kaworka was still hiding behind and watching if someone is pushing them or surprising and they're learning from their mistakes in the previous game. As now Kaz will hear the car driving away, this is the moment for them to just jump up the hill, try to get them down. Did they?
Oh, they crashed!
They crashed!
Hitas is gonna be knocked over by the car because the car flipped. Kaworka will instantly finish him off. And that is going to be more bad news for the direction of Cable Knights as the car is on fire, meaning they need to go on the back foot. But in the meantime, Pachar enjoys the fight and Vicious will actually finish off Cloudtail. So Litis as well suffering a member loss on their side. Hitas, however, will be taken down by Kaz. In the meantime, LQFTW still wrecking deathly rain of fire upon both Pandora and who else was that? The Disco Gaming they were fighting.
He's trying to run away, where I think Xgris has really well positioned himself to shoot him down. But this is the moment where everyone knows where they are, and all the other teams are joining in the fight. As we know, from the side of the mountain, we have an organization that is putting some shots down to their side, as they got one knock and kill as well from Team Latest.
Okay.
But Kaz finishes everyone off, and they have a gift from the god as well.
No, that's the previous drop still. He's just using it as a cover. It was previously already picked up by Cable Knights.
That's kind of what I meant.
Sorry, Well, figure of 5 though in a firefight yet again with Mighty Wolves as Armans has been taken down here. And in the meantime, General has spotted out a few more opponents. That is though from a very different lobby. So Discount Gaming, Mighty Wolves, figure of 5, and praise the Lord, they're fighting it out between themselves right now as Zigzaz just around the corner dropped onto his knees, and Cash Money Dollar is going to be taken down. That does mean that Mighty Wolves secure the victory over the fight with figure of 5 here.
Yet they have 9 kills, but they lost another crucial member from their team. There are only 2 of them left, and the zone is just getting closer and closer together.
But look at the kill count. They have 9 kills already here, so that is still valuable points gained. As now General still continuing to fight off here. Griant is going to go down, so that is going to be... actually, Gekons comes in with the save, so Griant, can he still be picked up? Or was he finished off?
He can still be picked up. But on the side of the mountain we have the team, no organization pushing in. And they are
my
just
God!
fighting for the blood. And right now, if Esko or Farid just gonna, I think that's it for the Silver to land. As you will see that.
Nope.
as I
no.
speak about
Gekons was able to pick up Grian in time here, so that's going to be instantly 2 members on the side of no organization going down. So they definitely rushed with that push in this situation. Mr. Knight even was left behind, so looks like Packard is going to inevitably bleed out. In the meantime, Content has managed to finish off Ty, and that is going to be Lietuvos Ateitis out of the game. X-Chris has found the AUG and has a silencer on it as well, and has a silencer on the car, so this gives so many opportunities for him.
In the previous
landing
battle,
those kills.
what played out was the timing from the silver to land. They got the pickup in the last possible second for them.
But Kavorka has been dropped by Vormik, so Kun joins the fight with the M24. So Kavorka, that is going to be the helmet or the armor completely ruined for him. Still though, will be able to be picked up. Phase 5 on the clock here, 50 seconds before the blue zone starts moving. The next phase is available here. X-Chris now just providing valuable cover and time in order for them to pick up their teammate. So these teams are extremely close here, and Kavorka,
Cool. That nade! Did you saw the nade? He dropped it down from the up the hill, almost killed him, finished him off. That's 1 kill down really fast for him. RB guy trying to play with his fate. Well,
he's definitely challenging his fate here for sure, trying to take an engagement with X-Chris, and them having that ridge advantage, they just can very safely fall back, and for Kun, it was literally an uphill battle here.
And while it was happening, they had to push as well, and Content joins in the fight on the side as well. He gets the 11th kill in their hands, and he finds out the con that were pushing on the mountain.
And even gets dropped onto the side of Khan. Will be also finishing off Jansa there. So Kavorka yet again was dropped onto the ground. So X-Chris instantly had to fall back here. And in the meantime, Kun are going to be pushing. Oh, who's that? That's Kaz.
He was left behind. He got 2 of the one of the members down from the team. What's happening from the Khan? And as well in behind we have the guy who reconnected. There one. He snuck 1 kill down from all these teams fighting as he joins in them as well.
Yeah, so he was able to secure those early kills here, and we very quickly only have 8 teams alive and only 50 members, so a lot of damage on either side. X-Chris is going to be dropped down onto the ground here, so it's a lot. All of it is going to be on the shoulders of Kaz to see if he can bring the victory for his team. General and Content both already have managed to found 12 kills in general. Well, Mighty Wolves have found 12 kills. Kaz also was spotted out here, and he only has 6 bandages available for him, and even now with the SKS, they're going to be peeking over here. X-Chris still alive, but no chance that Kaz will be able to pick him up. So he's going to be playing that position game now, looking to see if he can survive. Flabber actually finishes X-Chris off, so that is still division alive. There is no organization. Will be eliminated by From Silver to Land, and they are still alive and also in this fight for positions.
As we're speaking about them, Bullbeats finds 1 kill down. He gets Gekons on his feet, and LQ's, I think, the only person alive from Silver to Land. And I believe this is the moment for him to push, because there's still a chance to pick up the Gekon, and it's going to be really crucial for the end game for them.
Yeah, so they already have also 11 kills on their side. Bullbeats understanding that he's stuck in the middle of nowhere, looking for any sort of cover, but like pretty much everything around him doesn't really offer it. And Theory, what?
The man, the legend,
the reconnect is there for him, as he's already in the middle of the next zone, and that is going to be littest out in the 7th position here, as Mighty Wolves are still alive, and Division as well standing strong here. All 4 members are alive for them. So we do have Division, Garlic Cola, Mighty Wolves, Praise the Lord, Kun, and From Silver to Land, as in the meantime Content already dropping yet another member on the side of Kun.
No.
Theory, you're playing with extreme fire here. Don't give away your position. Just find out where they are. Don't take the shot. I'm pretty sure he's going to be spotted anytime soon anyway. So He really needs to see if he can stay alive here. But as I say, that Alchemist with that mini, as we said so many times, is going to find a kill. And that is going to be Garlic in the 5th position. So only 4 teams alive, but only 9 members standing. And so far, it looks like Division, numbers-wise, might run away here. But Mighty Wolves have shown before in the first game that even with 2 members, they can take down so many people here. As Content taking those shots will be able to drop Gekon's onto the ground. LQ is going to join the fight here. So he's going to be dropping him as General is going to be drying away. So General, it looks like he's going to be the last man standing for
And from the
Mighty
side
Wolves.
of everything, there's Bullbeats pushing in, and he makes a lot of challenges for the team from Silver to land, and General gets picked down. So only 3 teams left. We have Bullbeats alone on the side of the ridge fighting out with LQ. This is like the final fight for them. And Bullbeats wins the fight. So that means from Silver to land is in the 3rd position in this game, and this is the man versus world. He's alone versus 4 members of the division. Really well played by Team Division right now, as we could see that they racked a lot of kills as well. Not a lot of kills, but in the late game, they got those 3 kills that were really crucial. They got the Dare 1 from Garlic Cola down. They got a few members as well, General as well. They knocked him out. So this means it's the... Well, my money is on the... on Team Division. I will be.
As you say that though, Bullbeats was able to find a drop onto Flabber here, so they're not
Do
out of
it!
the woods just yet. And as the name suggests, I'm pretty sure he's praising the Lord indeed right now and just praying he can find more drops. But as I say that, Division are going to be the team to secure the victory in this second game here. A very well job done from them, and a really, really needed victory for them to try and close that point gap with Lietuvos Ateitis.
Yeah. As right now they are still in the 3rd position. No, in the 4th position, and it's still possible for them to catch them up. And a lot of teams played their best in this game. This was the best plays out a few of the top 10 members that we had in the last game.
So, yet again, first place is going to be for Division in this game. Second place is going to be taken by Praise the Lord. I will remind you yet again, I really like this fact that even though they're pretty docile throughout the regular season, they were the team that secured also the very first victory played out here. Number 3 is going to be from Silver to Land, the winners of the very first game today. And 4th place is going to be for Mighty Wolves, and look at how many kills they have, somewhere around 13. So 13 kill points yet alone, and combined with that positioning, and because of the fact that Littest were in the 7th position, that is more and more of a bigger point gap.
And as well, I didn't know that I will ever say that, but they were only 1 kill over from Silver to Land. They had 12 kills in this game.
Yeah,
so
from Silver to Land as well.
So in a kill-wise, they are slowly approaching the 6th position. It can happen in these upcoming 2 games. It's really tight between all of the teams that we are having there. It's so exciting to see these kind of battles happening, in where everyone is making their impact in the game.
Yeah, so more and more these points are starting to cost, I feel like, a lot more nerves, a lot more sweat and tears, and probably, I just really would like to hear the comms happening in all of these teams at some point in time, if like, perhaps for the future that would be technically possible.
Yeah.
Somehow, I don't know if we would have, I don't know, like a Discord server or something where all the players are required to be, and then afterwards you could just join and silently peek in and see what sort of atmosphere is happening, because I feel like some of these gunfights are definitely like on the very edge there.
Well, yeah, I believe if someone is fighting Team Littest and they knock someone down, all the team comms is just Littest, push. I believe that's how it sounds like.
Well, I mean, hey, it's possible. I'm for sure 1 or 2 lobbies here are like that and are very interested to see those Titans fall. So yet again, we will be heading into a small break. One more quick reminder, anyone who's hungry...
#Volt.
Indeed, #Volt in the chat. Be subscribed to the channel. We're going to take a quick break. When we're going to come back, yet again, we'll have a see and look and see how the standings have changed, and see what Erangel brings us yet again, as Game 3 is just around the corner.
Stay tuned.
boom with guns of boom. Like the sound of big booming 4v4 friend fragging action? We'll fix you up. Go big, go boom with guns of boom.
Lešik, butik, jau viss ir redzēts. Thriller, killer, tas viss ir redzēts. Skandāls, secret, viss ir redzēts. Creepy, crazy, jā, viss ir redzēts.
Pārsteidz mani. Pārsteidz mani. Pārsteidz mani. Un tagad pārsteidz mani.
Lūdzu, jaunā Helio interaktīvā televīzija nomaina Lattelecom ITV. Televizors, tālrunis un planšete darbojas kā viens vesels. Tagad pārvaldi un aizraujies pilnīgi jaunā līmenī. Izklaide progresē. Helio.
Oh girl, just say something. Oh baby, won't you say something? No running, you got me thinking about the state I'm in. Going back to that place we met. Yeah, I've been feeling lost somewhere deep within. No, I can't turn back, I need that grin, that loving. You say you want it, baby, take this in. You're feeling spent, but I know you want it, I know you want it. Oh girl, you know what I've been through. I don't know if I can do this on my own, no. Oh baby, tell me what to do. I don't know if I can do this on my own, no. I've been drinking, think I'm faded way too much, don't think I'll make this on my own, no.
fire in my head got me on edge. I'm going out tonight. Faded on a thread, don't know what's next. I wanna feel alive. I kissed a stranger in a white dress. She put a crown on top of my head. Said every king needs a queen in his bed. I said, hey girl, I'd like to stay here for a while, just you and I. Far from the places we can't get away from. She said, hey boy, I like your style. I'll let you play me for a while. Play me till the sun rises. Play me like a violin. Here with you now, not coming down. Leave my insanity up here in the clouds. Look what we found, oxygen we can breathe. Let the madness slowly undress. Rip the mask off over our heads. We can dive down deeper instead. I said, hey girl, I'd like to stay here for a while, just you and I. Far from the places we can't get away from. She said, hey boy, I like your style. I'll let you play me for a while. Play me till the sun rises. Play me like a violin. Play me till the sun rises. Play me till your hands give in. Play me like a violin. Play me till the sun rises. Play me till you can't hide it. Play me like a violin. Play me till the sun rises. Play me till your hands give in. Play me like a violin. Play me till the sun rises. Play me till you can't hide it. Play me like a violin.
So back at it again. We have the third match already set up for here. For here, there we go. That's the excitement talking for us here, as the Erangel is going to be on the way in a few moments. But let's yet again have a look at the standings and see where we stand with all of this action.
So in the first place right now, without surprises, we have Mighty Wolves with 12,730 points, and behind them there's Latest with 10,945 points. So if we are correct, it's more than 1,700 point difference.
Yeah.
So that means I want to say it out. It looks like Mighty Wolves are winning this.
So far, yes, but we also talked between ourselves there. Like for Litis, this is probably the moment where now it's pretty much now or never for them. Like they really need to A, secure a victory, B, have a maximum amount of kills.
Yeah.
So I would be expecting from them here to just go all in and just take every single gunfight.
Drive around with their cars. If someone shoots at them, they focus on
Yeah,
getting
you
slaughtered.
dead, boy. Like-
Well, I want to see that, obviously, but it's kind of impossible if we talking like point-wise. It's a lot of points for them to rack in these two upcoming games, and they have had a lot of unsuccessful fights and pushes and stuff like that. So I will.
It's looking pretty unrealistic for them.
I will
right
drop the
now.
hammer and say that Mighty Wolves is winning this.
Okay, well, third place now with the division securing the victory. They were able to drop down Lietuvos Ateitis to the 4th position, only 100 points between themselves. So this game we're going to be closely following also how division and Lietuvos Ateitis are approaching this, as also not far off there, only 200 points behind Lietuvos Ateitis is Agresyvai bet Supruotu.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of action from them.
Well, you saw what happened on Miramar. They were picked apart, and times afterwards was found and lost land, so they never even made it out of their favorite town. And previously, they were not challenged in this town, as far as I can recall. They were always alone in Los Dones. Now they had another 2 lobbies there.
They weren't prepared for something like that.
Yeah, that's like, what do you call it? A stick in the front wheel of your bike, essentially, where you fall over and probably break your hands and neck. Anywho.
Happy thoughts.
Happy thoughts, positive all around. Garlic Cola next in line, as they're currently in the 6th position, and from silver to land have been able to close down the gap to essentially just 800
I
points.
want to point out that I believe this is the battle we're going to be looking forward for. From silver to land, battling it out with the Garlic Cola, because it is possible in upcoming 2 games for from silver to land go in the 6th position. It is possible if they put on the fight, if they are as successful as they have been in these previous 2 games, and if Garlic Cola gonna drop the doozy, as always. Who knows?
And they'll probably have only 2 people alive till the end of the game. Anywho, figure of 5, what do you mean? And Cable Knights, lower towards the side of the first half of the tabloid. Of course, still battling out between themselves, but for figure of 5, in order for them to reach from silver to land, also they need so many points that it's starting to look pretty unrealistic for themselves. So the first top 7 is starting to solidify, as the remaining of the tabloid is still battling out. No organization, Pandora, Kun, Saber, Discount Gaming as well. No major changes there. Praise the Lord, have managed to get a bit more points, but still lacking behind 500 behind Discount Gaming. And of course, towards that bottom side, probably not a lot is going to change.
Well,
So
Pew Pew
unlucky.
is still playing. They can overcome the 4 gentlemen if they get enough points to do so. Because 4 gentlemen is not playing in these games, so they still need 100 points to do so.
Yeah, so
Come on, Pew Pew.
So that's their goal, just not be the last, as we're going to be launching the server in a few seconds here, and finally we're going to see Erangel yet again. So, do you dare to make a prediction as to what the next flight path is going to be? I have a good idea in my head of what it is going to
I'm saying that it's going to be on the top side of the map, somewhere from, if this is the map, so from this corner to in the middle of the map. You can imagine, right?
be. Okay, I was thinking about more like a diagonal flight path from Primorsk up onto the right-hand side of Kamensky.
I think there will be no surprises on the flight path, but hopefully there's going to be a lot of interesting moments of the zone. That's going to be the first phase. As in the first map, we had a really surprising, a really well played out zone.
It's also the first time we saw such a crazy zone with like half of it being in water.
And because of that, a lot of teams died out just in the zone.
Yeah, exactly.
So the moment of truth. Almost what I said. But not in the top zone. But this is exciting.
This is definitely not a bad flight path. Of course, for teams stretching it towards that George Pool, such as Mighty Wolves and Litis, yet again mentioning those names. Of course, it's quite a long flight for them. And of course, it's all going to be about where this first zone is going to be. So we do have the timer on the clock, on the board here for us. So still 50 seconds before the plane is going to be on the way. So quick reminder there, from silver to land, where the guys that secured the victory in the first game. The second game was won by Division. So I must say, like, it's Mighty Wolves so far have been within that top 3 finalists, and I really feel like this victory is coming for them, and for them as well. I mean, if they know that they have secured the points and there's like no way that Litis can approach them, are they gonna bring out the crossbows?
Hopefully. If they find some.
Yeah.
It's a really rare drop. And what I'm going to say is that a really good props to Mighty Wolves player Content, because right now he has the top kills in this tournament. He overcome the GAX NBS.
NBS was insane.
NBS had 75 kills in the whole tournament, but as he is not participating in this game, Content is the number 1 in the kill wise.
Yeah, so whenever you're playing a public game, if you see Content's name, probably not the direction you want to go for. Yeah, log out, escape, exit game, and wait for a few minutes.
Yeah, and drop in a new one. Otherwise, he's going to be approaching you and killing, probably.
Okay, so Lipovka, already people jumping out here. There's also actually figure of 5 mixed in that bunch. We see who else. No organization is there. We have a member from Praise the Lord, Discount Gaming on the way. Thanks, Garlicola, Classic, Prison. No real surprises there.
It looks like they're going to be alone there. So a lot of loot in their hands.
Yeah, so moving forward here, we do have What Do You Mean moving towards that school area, or more precisely, those buildings right next to the school. Generally, that's where they tend to go. Division as well has jumped out here, and I think, if I recall correctly, a few times we've seen Division go for that Gatka area, so I think they're probably going to be stretching for that. A few more members from Praise the Lord going for that ferry pier. Of course, no real surprise about Primorsk. Ta-da! Lobby number 18. Saber as Lietuvos Ateitis yet again stretching it for that military island. And where are Mighty Wolves?
Are they actually going for Ponchinki?
Yes, they're gonna go for it. So this is the first sign that they're gonna be taking these early battles, and they know that Aggressiva and Betsu Proto are there classically. So
easy got it. This if he knew what is around him, I believe there's going to be a really fast battle upcoming from the team Litis. Right now, there's no weapon for Kaz. Method has already a UC, and he knows where the enemy are. And is he pushing? He probably is.
Not just yet. He's going to be spotting the players out. Why is he got it with the shotgun already, putting down damage onto X-Chris very quickly? I actually haven't seen someone react so fast to it, instantly dropping down onto the ground, prone, hiding behind this. Why is he? Please tell me he's gonna get the drop onto X-Chris very early on here. So Kaz now forced to push with the UMP as he's gonna be looking for Wisey Goda. Here's him just above as shots are being put backwards and forwards. And does Kaz go for it? Is Kavorka already also taking shots? Wisey Goda will be dropped on the ground. That does mean that X-Chris for a moment here will be able to be picked up, but Times is already on the way here to help out his teammate and has the AK in hand very early on here. Not a lot of armors, not a lot of helmets gathered for Litis, so they still need to be extremely careful.
Yeah, as we know, I think only one member had a helmet, and well, that's not even a helmet. Well, good for me. I think no one of them has a helmet yet. Only could be the Clotail. Yeah, Clotail has it. And from the fight-wise, it looks like Aggressiva but Proto could just back off from this.
Yeah, because Wisey Goda was dropped on that side of the town. Essentially, he should have at least known that at least 3 members from Litis were there. And Times, does he hear him?
I think he did. And Kaz had no information about him being in the next house. Just in a few seconds, we're going to see a lot of, I think, more blood spilled in a bit.
Yeah, you can see, like, for Litis, it's hunt mode odd. So, they're, as I already said, they're going to be taking every single engagement there. That's the only chance they can get back here. They really need those 20-plus kill games plus victory combined in order to close that 1,700 point gap. And keeping in mind the fact that still, of course, Mighty Wolves are on the server, and it's not like they're going to be sitting in a bush and just waiting for nothing. Of course, they're going to be taking a more safer approach because now, as I already said, the pressure is on for them.
Yeah, just let's look at the zone. There's gonna be the phase one, a pretty standard one in the middle of the zone. A little bit of water around us, but not a lot of fights happening. Just Lattelecom fighting right now with Distant Gaming somewhere around.
And as you said, very classically, very early on here, Lattelecom sightering a loss on their side and are going to be playing on the back foot here. A bit of a standstill still happening in Pochinki as Latest are gathering information about where Aggressiva and BESL Pro players are. Shots fired from Annabulance or Times, I believe, somewhere around that. So I think Kaz's position is already known, and Kaz as well taking his time. Kaworka is moving in. Express still staying behind. Clowntail as well in that 3-story building has a bird's eye view of everything, and does he's managed to spot Italiano. He's taking shots, so Cloudtail, Italiano actually is going to get the drop onto Cloudtail, and he has the opportunity to quickly go and push him down, but he really needs to heal up here on the bones as well. Should wrap closer to his teammate as Kaworka is already running over and see if he can cross that street to pick Cloudtail up. But this is devastating news for Latest here as yet again a man dropped down. In the meantime, Times has been spotted, so Cloudtail still on the ground, Kaworka on the way to help out, and Aggressiva BESL Pro to now need to understand what they can do.
Do you see Annabelle?
Chris?
Yes. Oh no, he only heard him, but he didn't see. This is like the momentum what he had in his hands to just try and. Oh, now he's spotting him out. In the other side, we have Kaz already waiting for this kind of push. He instantly drops down Annabulance and finishes him off. We have Times in one house being dropped down, and Italiano, only person alive. He tries to push down Kaworka as he wanted to finish off Cloudtail.
Yeah, so Aggressiva BESL Pro as well, not afraid to take this fight, and we're looking to take those Titans down, but very early on here, Aggressiva BESL Pro is going to be the first lobby to leave this game. Game number 3, and very valuable kill points already secured for Latest.
And Aggressiva BESL Pro, they were one of the teams that needed few points for them to get back in the leaderboard, to not get dropped down even more. And Latest, they took care of them really early as they're going to be the first team out. And I believe this is only because no one else before that were dropping down into Pochinki, and now we have, sponsors coming in.
Sponsors from above. Oh my god. What are the odds? The only time when Latest drop in Pochinki and they clear it out on airdrop. Like, it's meant to be.
So hashtag Walt in the chat. Don't forget to support our sponsors, and as well we support you as well at your homes. If you want to get something similar to this care package at your home in a little bit of this time, then just put the hashtag Walt. What happened?
As we say that, Carvalho's from Cable Knights got a long distance drop onto Cloudtail, and he's gonna actually bleed out. Kaworka was already there spamming the F button if that was the key binding. And he was like from that hill. That's like 400 meters.
Where is he?
Minimap. See?
Oh.
That's like 400 meters.
Oh.
Oh my god. So such a nice long range kill. Of course, because Cloudtail probably didn't have any real armor, those bullets were devastating. So, a man down.
Finishing what I said, hashtag Bolt. To get a care patch at your home,
it's not going to be an airdrop, but it's going to be like most likely a card drop.
Well, it's food at your home. It's almost like an airdrop.
The problem is though that you know what's coming. I wish that
surprise me.
Yeah, that would be a cool feature to have, just like a surprise me. Like, there are people that don't really care what they eat, in not in a bad way. It's just like they perhaps like surprises, as we do say this. In the meantime,
you gonna spot it out? Come on, Kaworka. You.
Hello. Look,
it's still there.
Oh, there we go. Kaworka is like, guys.
And a smile on his face in this particular second.
In the meantime, Division in a strong gunfight here with What Do You Mean? As Chigan is driving through, acting as a distraction. Sikwan able to get the drop onto Suffolk. That's another team in the top 5 that are suffering losses. Alchemist and Suffolk are going to be dropped down here. But What Do You Mean are going to be out of the game as Mops is able to come in, finish them off, and is going to be able to actually save Suffolk there. I thought he was finished off, and Flabber also still alive. So 4 Division, 4 kills for themselves. Them being currently actually in the 3rd place, just above Lietuvos Ateitis.
Exactly. And as well, What Do You Mean? We're trying to approach back from silver to land to catch them for the 7th position. Well, unsuccessfully.
So I'm starting to get a feeling that every team here being on the back foot, therefore like lower in the standings, as soon as they have the opportunity to take down someone in the front, they're gonna go for it.
Yeah.
Not just because to like ruin the day for them, but also to prove a point that just the fact that they're on the lower side of the tabloid means nothing. They still can know and can use these weapons, like know how to use them, that is. So no, actually still on the military island, nothing too much happening here as the second airdrop on the way. Still another 2 minutes on the clock before phase 1 completely finishes off. And where's the package as Suffolk is already looking for it. Oh my god, Suffolk is gonna go for the drop as X-Chris is gonna peek and spot
Come on,
out.
let me catch it. There it is.
Another AUG. Okay. So another AUG available for division, but as I already said, Chris is not far off. And having the AVM, Kavorka just needs to run towards his teammates as he's still there. And what happened with From Silver to Lamb?
I put my money that was an accident with the bike. And let me check.
And yep, I
we
see
have
a
a
bike. I see a bike. Question is, who was driving?
I think just a few seconds from this moment.
LQ was driving as he bled out from himself. So LQ, man, you really, really need to work
Maybe
on
they were
your
just checking if their F button is working. You know, you always have to do the maintenance, you know.
Oh, perhaps someone played the good old trick of check if your horn is working for your vehicle.
I have been tricked once. Never again.
I think it was with us, like when we were playing together, weren't
Yes. And Kaz gets a really great headshot down to the Cable Knights. That's the team that got dropped. One of the members of the latest, the Cloudtail, got dropped by the Cable Knights. I can't remember which one was the one that did the dropping, but right now we are treating
it was
Caralius.
Caralius. It was Caralius from Cable Knights that got the kill onto Cloudtail. Now Kaz looking to follow up on the second, taking a few shots. He's going to reposition himself. There's still only 2 members there as Kavorka is going to be joining the fight with that AVM, and then Cable Knights will really know.
Your team needs you. Right now it's 2 versus 3 situation when all the others are just in the hill.
And yet again, they need these kills, so they're going to take this engagement most likely as Kavorka going and securing that building. Actually has the opportunity of trying to flank Kaz. Nice body hit onto Hitas here, and because of that hit happening, and also because of that ridge there, he's going to be able to move closer. The vehicles have been positioned in the middle, also safe. And Kavorka, you can see he's on the flank already. Vicious though, very mindful of the fact, looking towards that house, but doesn't spot anything just yet.
Is he expecting it? That's the question. Just in a few seconds, I think Kavorka going to surprise him from a different angle where he shouldn't be. Like Kavorka drive with the car from the different side. I think this is just a few seconds.
Kavorka? Hello?
Timing.
He was on your screen. The timing, I think he realized, perhaps even one of the teammates just passed the information there as he's trying to pre-fire every corner here. Will spot the player. He's going to be able to drop him on the ground. That is Coralius now standing there as they've secured their second and third kills more here as Coralius now last man standing for Cable Knights is going to be drying away, but that's already 7 kills very early on here for Latest.
And Coralius were the person who knocked down one of the members.
Kavorka, AVM, peeking towards that bike. Can he get the shot? As he's missing it and is not going to spend those...
Come on, that's not a scope that you want on this kind of gun.
4X swapped out their division, still putting down fire onto
one
Warmick, who's
driving up.
Warmick, man, you really lost and heading in the worst possible direction. In the meantime, no organization in a gunfight with Figure 5. Vehicle really not on fire just yet, but I mean, for Figure 5, they're sort of stuck here. They're not in the zone. Theory, yet again, alone man.
Mr. Disconnect.
Mr. Disconnect as the remaining members are dead.
But he was really
Wait, where's Zenks? He was on the server, wasn't he?
Maybe disconnect then. Who knows? That's what they do. Right now, there one showed in the previous game that he can rack up some positions for them. We'll see how he survives now.
It's probably also frustrating for you, like joining.
I believe this is when you watch like the animal shows or whatever, and there's this narration about the animal in the environment.
And you're like, you have the alone man. Here we can see in the wild, Theory has spotted his prey.
Yeah.
He decides to approach the buildings. He's gonna be getting closer and looking into his optical scope. We'll be spotting out his enemies.
Well, just in a few seconds, I think he's gonna join in the slaughter of the figure of 5. And thank you for your performance. That was really lovely and well.
You can really say that I like National Geographic.
Well, there one. If you want to shoot someone down, I think this is the moment for you to do so.
He's gonna wait for the members to join. He's actually gonna go for that greedy play, and at the same time, smartly done. They just repositioned it, and of course as well.
It's the waiting game.
Yeah, it is the waiting game for Theory here.
He waits for the right moment to get in for the prey.
Come on, free kill! You can do it! Oh, he's just waiting for him to stand still to get the instant drop as well, gathering information for himself. But, like, I mean, if he takes the shot, he's dead. He's a dead man.
Yeah. But I believe he's just gonna be waiting for the moment when someone gets dropped or knocked, and then he's gonna join in and, well, steal the kill.
Yeah, Theory resisting the temptation to
But
take the
right
shot.
now we have ongoing fight with the latest, and who are there?
Lietuvos Ateitis, so these are another contenders currently in the 4th position because they were just dropped off behind by Division securing that victory in the previous game. So back LT showing as well why he's in the top kill count. Kaworka has spotted one of the players, but still his member is actually Kaz bled out.
Well, yeah, he got finished out behind the tree. He didn't get to be picked up in this game, but it's still the ongoing battle for the latest. They can rack some more kills as they have the ABM in the hands of Kaworka, and as well they have the Method Chris, who, as we know, is really precise with any gun in his hands.
Yeah, so yet again,
It's all about the timing.
Oh, he spots one, and but does he suspect for Groovy to be in that second building? Of course, that is a possibility. I don't think he spotted him previously because he was zoomed in. Blue Star here as hiding away behind the building. And look, they've secured them cars for themselves as well. So for Litis, they're going to be left in the middle of nowhere as we have phase 3 on the map. 55 seconds. It's getting more and more centric around this Pachinki area. Mighty Wolves now taking fire from Pew Pew, who have secured so far only a single kill for themselves. Content and Co have spotted them out. Of course, location is known, but no kills just yet for them. And that's
16
already
minutes
said.
without kills. That's what we don't see a lot in from their side. Content?
Missing those ones. Those should have landed.
And I was talking good things about him to be in the first place with the kills.
Hey man, happens to the best of us, okay? Like, as I already said, for Mighty Wolves as well, currently they have definitely seen in the kill feed that 2 members have gone down, and General is going to be dropped by 9-Eps, so very nice headshot coming out from him. That is helmet ruined.
What do you think? Is this the moment for them to push if they know that those are the Mighty Wolves?
I mean, for Pew Pew,
There's
it
nothing
doesn't
for
change.
them to lose, right?
Yeah.
They're in the last position right now. If they get this...
As you already said at the end of one of the streams, they are the winners of the last position.
Yeah, well, they can still show up and get some more kills, but I think they're just going to be holding those houses.
I mean, in terms of how they're playing today, it definitely doesn't feel like they're in the last position. They're really on point.
Unfortunately, they won't have a battle, so nothing to see here. Let's move on.
Let's move on. As still, Saber now moving in the zone as well. Kaworka healing up, has taken a few more shots from Lattelecom.
As I say that, they get a lot of kills now. What happened there?
Well, Pew Pew decided to start landing those shots as both General, I believe, is still on the ground. Hewish and Content standing here, and Armands is already out. So for them, guys, just stay alive. You could still try and bait these players to get and pushing Content as well, realizing that he's isolated, needs to move away, and making sure that he has the proper angle. And Pew Pew, as you already said, nothing to lose for them. So they're having those drops on their side. They're going to be moving here, and Hewish escapes.
Literally scaring them away. They get in a car, drive away. General is already moved to a different house as we have Content running around the city and getting in a better position. And, well, unfortunately, there's no one who can join in otherwise than Pandora.
Yeah, Pandora.
But they have a different fight right now in their hands, so I think it won't happen from this side. Like, if we have the SQHM, seeing the General, he gets a hit down, so that means General is in the half health now. If Pew Pew decides to push them in, this could be it for them.
Yeah, I mean, for my Teos, they're just going to be probably standing their ground here. Content as well, just the fact that he's more so isolated. I feel like that's also working as a safety net for them right now, because even if General and Hewish go down, Content is in a different place in the town, and they're not going to be suspecting their positions. In the meantime, from Silver to Lan here, still fighting off at the very edge of the blue zone, have taken an engagement with Figaro 5 in Theory. Come on, Theory!
Okay, this is the moment for him.
Oh my god, players on the ground, he can get away the kills, but Funds from no organization joins in from... Oh, look at that distance, he gets the jump onto Theory, spots him, and Theory as well, probably just biting his own hand there, keeping quiet. Zigzag bleeds out from himself? What?
Yeah, well, he didn't get the favor to be picked up. Right now, Cash Money Dollar is trying to get back in the zone. I think there's a few wheels missing for him. He's going really slow. Almost.
He's not gonna make it. No way. He's gonna be dropped here as Pandal is the last man standing for Figaro 5, making a run for it. No organization still have an opportunity to take him down, and Mr. Knight, with a well-placed headshot, is going to be the dot on I, as we say here in Latvia, for Figaro 5. Wolfrino now drifting away. Actually, Nix gets the drop onto him, so now let us know that these buildings for sure are taken, but with those sniper rifles and having the hill advantage over this building, they definitely have a bird's eye view for that. In the meantime, woo! Mighty was taking an engagement with Division, so Mops is going down as Aurekas will drop Content, so Content was spotted in that 3-story building.
There's a lot of new friends in the Pochinki right now. Imagine if Litis would have stayed in that city and took the fights with the upcoming people there. As Method right now having the kill. Where are you? Oh, he drops one out from the car. I believe that was the Gekon. And Mickett.
He's going to be able to run away here.
Someone is shooting him.
Who else is joining that fight? Everyone is joining every single fight here as they're moving towards that Pochinki area. Griand right next to the drop.
Well, looks like he got sponsored as well.
By...
Yeah, all level 3 gear, so that means there was something inside the crate for him.
Probably it was like an M249 that it decided once, like didn't go for that pickup. Still, Kavorka with that AVM is a threat, and peeking towards that box. Griand, of course, pinned down here. No chance of him picking up Gekons without taking a few bullets. And it only takes one with the AVM, so whenever Griand peeks, he's going to be in a world of trouble as the grenade.
Is already joining in the Ponchiki boys.
Okay, so everyone is essentially split apart here a bit as Chris finally gets the drop on Gree, and the Gekons will bleed out, leaving only Mickett alive from Silver to Land. Bullbeats from Praise the Lord still alive. Lietuvos Ateitis here as well on this side of the hill are just going to be closing this zone off, and the Vision, Suffolk has taken fatal shots almost. He's still going to be healing up here, so him and Flabber really need to move. This phase 4 is going to bite.
Yeah, but the zone is still coming in, so that means just in 2 seconds there's going to be a lot of bleeding in their side. Just 1 second, will be able to get the spray down?
Well, regardless, they're taking extreme damages here. As apologies, Lietuvos Ateitis is... I mean, they know that they were in an engagement with them beforehand. They know it's Division. They know they need to take them out because, as I already said, it was just 100 points between these teams. And can Division make it as Suffolk bleeds out? Flabber is gonna jump behind the wheel and is gonna get into this next zone. But Bullbeats has all the opportunities in the world. It's gonna be Division eliminated here, meaning Lietuvos Ateitis have a great opportunity to move up in the ranks back for game number 4. Oh my god, what is these matches today?
A lot of exciting moments for all the teams right now in the game as we have the phase 5 coming in just in a few seconds. This is going to be a slaughterhouse in the Ponchiki. This is how you end the last week of these games. So looks like Litus smells blood somewhere around. They know that the Bullbeats somewhere there, and as well Litus Ateitis. If they take this fight and actually win something out of it, it's gonna be more kills. Already 9 kills, and there's only 33 players alive. If they win this and kill every single one of them,
And as we say that, Kavorka with a headshot with the AWM is going to drop bull beats. And that's also still sending a very clear message out through the whole of the server. Do not mess with Litis. They even have an AVM. And Chris did pick up that MK14. So the firepower is definitely in their hands.
Let's have a little bit of watch over the Pochinki. We have the Mighty Wolves there. There is one member from the Cable Knights. Karalio is still in the house. We have as well joined in the Sabres, as well from other side. An organization is slowly joining in the Pochinki. And from the different side of the map in Pochinki, we have Miket in the house. And as well, still Pippin.
And all 4 members alive for them. And as we were talking about this in the meantime, Division, come on, get a grip. Discount Gaming was taken out of this server. It's just so much action.
Ooh, Kavorka is taking a bit of risky play out. He's driving with the car, but over the hill we have still the Blue Star. They had a battle with them in the previous few moments, and they didn't win it.
And
they
because,
just backed out, I believe.
Yeah,
right?
and because Lietuvos Ateitis were able to hear that car just behind that ridge with those grenades, they're trying to force out any of these Litist players into the open. This played grenade, the timing was almost there. He cocked it a bit too soon. So still a bit more required from Litist here. Kavorka just taking those lovely pills, and with the AK in can is going to be peeking over here. Will spot T over that ridge. In the meantime, Content has taken an engagement with Pew Pew in Pochinki here, but Lietuvos Ateitis in prime position here.
One of these nades is going to change everything in their side of the game. And looks like Kavorka is not having any of this battle right now. There's still a few members of the Pandora in the middle of the house, in the houses in the middle of nowhere. As well, we have the Pochinki boys still alive. Everyone's there. Just few fights happened a few seconds ago. Someone got dropped down, but looks like Pip team is just picking them all up. As nothing really game changing is happening.
Yeah, like obviously nobody's going to be too intrigued to move around here, and everyone is going to wait for the next phase. Now, phase 6 is going to be on the map here in the next 10 seconds. It's very clear right now that, of course, the most likely
threw over everything, and it looks like they're going to be just settling down for the houses. But Mr. Knight's going to have a really precise shot down. Unfortunately, he's not able to finish them off.
Had the opportunity, but Esco joins the fight and is going to be dropping down Chris here as Tinkubis will finish off Kavorka, and that is going to be Litist out of the game. Mighty Wolves still is alive, and I'm pretty sure this for sure secures the victory here in regular season for Mighty Wolves. It doesn't matter what happens here now. It's extremely unrealistic for Litist to take that position, which means game number 4 is going to be crossbow game coming out from them.
Could be.
I really hope that it's gonna be. Yeah, like they still need to find them though. But I am so far everything is going the way how we have discussed today.
So the last zone is something like this. As an interesting part is that right now it's all about Mighty Wolves getting a lot of points more to show off their how big is their skill, right? And how much points they can get in one season.
Yeah, so for Mighty Wolves, it's just a matter of sending a message to everyone else in the Baltic region here as well. Pandora now in prime position to take down Lietuvos Ateitis if they've managed, well, at least one of the members has managed to move into the next phase here. And do we have, please don't tell me those lags are scary. Oh. Thank God, okay. Not now. Come on, PC.
Not in the end, right?
Come on, Blue Hole, just... Please. Hey, Ruxus is still alive. Kartoshka, who still have an opportunity?
Well, just I believe in 5, 4, 3, something in those kind of seconds. Someone's gonna have to push out. There he is. Will you take it?
He's gonna go for that, and actually doesn't get the drop. RBR guy, as I said, now finally that kill comes in. But of course, with the trade, Thing RSK, first time seeing him on the lineup of Kun playing, is going to be taking down Ruxis, and that is going to be him out of the game. As also Miket was found, so from Silver to Lan, also out. Only 8 lobbies remaining here, and one of them being...
Coralius,
oh my God. Coralius, here's the player. Does he go for that peek? He does... theoretically have the opportunity of getting a free kill here, but just trying to pick the right timing. In the meantime, Pew Pew cleaning up Kun.
almost every single one of them are dead. Only Warmick is still alive, hiding in some houses down from the slope. All his other members of the team were. Let's get back to our little warrior, Karalius.
Little warrior hiding away in the bathroom here.
That's
as Pew
the
Pew.
guy who dropped down the first member of Litis. Cloudtail was out in the first minutes of the game.
Yeah. Very unfortunate for him. As I already said, he didn't really have any armor in that situation, and that long-range shot. I mean, who expects something like that? General here, though, taking putting down shots onto Pew Pew in the meantime. And how many kills do Mighty Wolves have right now? Just one, and that's all they need.
They just needed the position, wait out for the Litis to die out, and then have fun.
Well, General is already having fun as he gets the drop onto Nineps, a very good sniper on the side
rail.
of Pew Pew. The rail, of course, as well. Always just you love that feeling, don't you? When you know the headshot would have been there if the rail wouldn't.
Yeah, I so love it.
Pandora now in an engagement with Lietuvos Ateitis. Blue Star is going to be dropped on the ground here with the second shot. Tai is also going to be out, so that leaves only Vac standing here and Syncopis.
And still Groovy hiding. He's been hiding there for a while now. And Vac joins him as well. So that means they're going to be using the tunnel in their favor. As the Phase 7, as we remember, is going to be somewhere around that area in the tunnels.
Yeah, for the lobby of Pandora being in that building, so they're going to need to cross over the open fields in order to get into the actual next zone. For them, I mean, just
I want to see
run
more.
and pray.
Yeah, okay, so these are the last seconds of the game 3 in the final week. This is the end of everything. Right now, Content is getting some more kills as well. I want to see shoutouts in the chat as well. Where are the Wolf emotes? Where are all the other support for the different teams right now what we have in the finals? And you have to remember, all these 20 teams what we are having here in these lovely 8 weeks, they are the best of the best in the Baltics. Now, like, still, if you are in the 20th position, you are in the 20th position of everyone who is playing this game in Baltics.
And look, Content on fire here, just pushing forward with General providing cover, and I believe he just spotted also one other member of no organization as Phase 7 on the way here. The blue zone is starting to close off, and that is going to be no organization out of the game. And in the meantime, Content also dropping more of these players. I think the overlay is bugging out again. I feel like I've seen no organization's name come up a few times now. So we do have still 5 lobbies remaining here, and that is going to be Mighty Wolves getting 2 players dropped. Content, last man standing for them here, and he might just run into Lietuvos Ateitis here as Warmick just crawling in here on his stomach right now, and does suspect someone to be towards that left-hand side of the map. Grenades being put down, and smokes as well, as Vac is going to push forward, and Content is going to be dropped, so that is going to be Mighty Wolves out of the game as well here. Are going to be left in the 5th position. Definitely not a bad place to be as long as they're in front of Litis. Now 4 teams remaining here. So Lietuvos Ateitis, Kun, Pew Pew, and Pandora. Now this is a mix that we haven't seen in a while.
This is the end game that we were hoping for, where the little guys are showing off that they can actually play and do a lot of damage as well. As, Nips.
Nineps gets the drop onto Aurekas here, so Pandora, a man down, but Freezy there to pick up the slack and looking to pick up the team. And out of these 4, for Lietuvos Ateitis, extremely important to get that win, to regain position in the standings here.
Well, it's very interesting to see that Vac is still playing with this, what was the name? The disc weapon.
The disc weapon. What?
DP, the DP, right.
The DP, yeah.
He's still playing with that, and I thought that I'm the only one who's really good with it. Well, in some sort of level. But right now, Pew Pew takes the houses in the middle of the zone as few nades are dropping in, but still Warnix is behind every single one of them as he gets killed from the side of the houses. I believe that they will be able to pick him up. Aurelius.
Aurekas pushing for it. Coffeenus takes him down, and Groovy finishes him off. So Groovy still able to pick him up. Feezy now still alive here as he hears these Pew Pew players around him, and Pew Pew looking very strong in a very good position to actually secure the victory here. And as I already said, to prove a point that even in the 20th position, you are not to be messed with. Freezy is going to be pushed here and is going to be out of the game, and that is going to be Pandora in the 3rd position. Pew Pew now as well pushing for Lietuvos Ateitis, and they're in a very, very bad spot. Essentially, you cannot get out here. The blue zone closes them off. They're stuck. The back LT already on the ground, and Groovy is gonna go down, and that is going to be, I cannot believe I'm saying this, Pew Pew taking the victory in game number 3.
They're the last team. In the brackets, they are the 20th team in the brackets, and they can still show that it doesn't matter in what kind of position you are. You can still show up and win a game.
Yeah, so I believe that they finally have gained the required point advantage to be above 4 gentlemen. That is, to my understanding, what they just wanted to do. But I think they're actually going to move in yeah, they're probably going to move a few positions up. So for Pew Pew here, they actually have 12 kills as well. So because they were able to get in time into Pachinki, they picked off a lot of lobbies and a lot of people.
Yeah.
Second place now for Lietuvos Ateitis, sitting down with 5 kills. Third place is going to be for Pandora with 5 kills as well. Fourth was for Kun with 4 kills, and fifth is going to be Mighty Wolves with 6.
A lot of names that we haven't mentioned for a while now. All these end games we have had, like Division, Mighty Wolves, Lietuvos, Aggressive Episode of Lietuvos Ateitis, and teams like that. But now the little guys are showing up, showing that they can kill some people as well.
Some people indeed.
I want to see right now in the chat, drop down the names of your favorite team all these weeks what we have had. Who's the one that you're rooting for? Are you rooting for the good game or a single hand picked teams?
I have a high suspicion there are a lot of wolves in the chat right now.
I know
seen them before, and now for sure
as well. But I know for a fact that there are from Silver to Land fans as well, and Division and some other teams like Lietuvos, Aggressive Episode Pro, and Lietuvos Ateitis. I want to see who you support in these games all these 8 weeks. And we'll see you after a little break for the game number 4.
Yeah, game number 4 in a short moment.
Game. So that's it. That's it for the tournament. One more game. So make sure that you have the beverage ready, or whatever. Go for a toilet break and be ready to watch the final game of the BESL PUBG tournament. Right?
Indeed.
Are you excited? Are you excited?
Okay, cut him off the Red Bull. Cut it.
The sound of big booming 4v4 friend fragging action? We'll fix you up. Go big, go boom with guns of boom.
Lešik, butik, jau visur redzēts. Killer, tas viss ir redzēts. Skandāls, secret, viss ir redzēts. Creepy, crazy, ja viss ir redzēts.
Pārsteidz mani. Pārsteidz mani. Pārsteidz mani. Un tagad pārsteidz mani.
Lūdzu, jaunā Helio interaktīvā televīzija nomaina Lattelecom ITV. Televizors, tālrunis un planšete darbojas kā viens vesels. Tagad pārvaldi un aizraujies pilnīgi jaunā līmenī. Izklaide progresē. Helio.
Nobody said it'd be easy, but we took a train to the ceiling. And now I'm high on all of my feelings. Don't wake me up from the stream. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I heard Jupiter's nice this time of year. Out in the wild, find our eating. Let's stay a while, never leaving. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Don't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Found you in all of the madness. I heard your voice in the static. Your skin on my skin like a magnet. I won't look down when we crash. I bought a one-way ticket to space. Let's get out of here. I heard Jupiter's nice this time of year. You turn my world on its axis. Out here where anything happens. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Don't let go, I want your body around, all around, all around. Sound me alarm in my heart. We're taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Taking off. Do you need me the way I miss you? 'Cause I can barely. You're the one I can't deny. I wanna take you sky. Take you sky. Review, you have in review me. Stuck in a review, you have in review me.
take you sky. Review me right and then review me. Stuck in the review me right and then review me.
I'm told if we could work this out, they'd lay low. I'm cold, this fortune's running out, and stay tall.
We can change our minds. Hearts beating lies. But I know you're kind. We can change our minds. Hearts beating lies. But I know you're
I'm told we could work this out, they'd lay low. I'm cold, this fortune's running out, and stay tall.
We can change our minds. Hearts beating lies. But I know you're
I'm told if we could work this out, they'd lay low. I'm cold, feeling lost of changes from the start. I'm told.
Hey, we are back for the week number 8 for the last. This is the last game we have for this season 2 PUBG in a BSL. And a quick reminder, the hashtag Vault giveaway will be given out just when the plane leaves the base. And as well, let's go in for the standings. As we remember in the last game, there were a lot of changes in the middle part of the brackets, but right now, as in the first place, obviously we have the Mighty Wolves with 13,017 points. So that means
that
it's kind of impossible for the Litters to catch them now.
They are the winners.
So hopefully Litters going to be showing off and doing some crazy things around the map, as we're going to be dropping in the Miramar. That is their favorite map, so we're going to be looking forward for that. And more in the point-wise, Litters right now with 11,000 points in the second position, and in the third position we have Lattelecom State is back in the third position with 9,345 points, and in the fourth position we have Division still fighting for that third and fourth position. Everything can change now, and Aggressivo Betsuprotu is in the fifth position with 8,000 points, and in sixth position we have Godlicola with 7,770 points. A lot of sevens there. And in the seventh position, another 7, we have From Silver to Land with 7,145 points. If they have a really marvelous game in their hands, they can still rack the 6th place for them. That would mean that they have to win the game and get around 10 to 15 kills. What is possible for them? We have seen that before in the game number 1. And as well, if Godlicola will proceed to do whatever they are doing until this point, that is dying one of the first out and leaving their one to battle the battles in their place. As well, in the 8 and 9 position, we have Cable Knights and Figure 5 still battling for that 8 and 9 position. Just 100-point difference there. And a team, what do you mean, in the 10th position? A really big surprise from their side, but they still can do all the magic and get back to the 8th position from the 10th that they are right now. Starting from the 11th to 15th position, we still have not a lot of changes. We have Pandora, No Organization, Khan, Saber, Discount Gaming. Down there we still have Praise the Lord and Pew Pew racking the victory in the last game. So that means they are moving from the 20th position to 17. And in 18th position we still have Kortoshka, 19th position Accenda, and in the 20th position 4 Gentlemen. And it looks like they're going to be staying there as well, because they're not participating in this last week. So that means victory for 4 Gentlemen. They did what they probably didn't want it to do. They win the last position. Nothing's going to change there. Well, if Accenda somehow, without intending, could get some minus points.
I feel like you have a potential future in auctions as a auctioneer, so you can start and working on your numbers game. I see something that you've done low key. So for Pew Pew, yes, as I already suspected, they're moving more than one position upwards. So they're currently in the 17th place as well. If I'm not mistaken, Pandora moved up, and same for Kun. So Saber have been dropped down to that 14th position.
Yeah.
So, a few changes already, as previously mentioned, happening. Also, as we're going to be launching the server just now, I'm really curious that, well, because Litters currently cannot really catch up to Mighty Wolves, they did sort of mention about those crossbows.
Well, if they find some. It's almost impossible to do so, because with the server side configuration, I think it's changed that it's really low spawn for that. And, well, you know what could happen? Like, imagine if this would be the public game.
Okay.
And if everyone knows that a lot of things couldn't change, they are in the positions where they are, we could get a hot drop somewhere like in a Pecado or in the Hacienda region.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Imagine if all of them would talk between themselves, because, well, it's still not a lot of positions to change, right? We know that Mighty Wolves are winning, so that means Mighty Wolves could get some funny moments as well for us. So that could be like, imagine top 10 teams are dropping down in Pecado and getting a slaughter down there. Or we could maybe wreck the system and wreck the system and change that. Everyone drops out in the airplane straight on.
Like at the very beginning, or the plane just leaves and everyone stays on the island.
I have participated in a battle like that, and I think it's who has the strongest fist in that moment. Well, right now it looks like the server is starting. We're going to be joining in the 4th and the final battle.
Yeah, so Well, I really feel like that now looking back at these 8 weeks, they've run by in a flash, I feel like.
Yeah.
And just now, yesterday, I feel like I still remember those first games.
I have a question for you. What is your most favorite moment out of these 8 weeks? What did you remember really clearly, and what made you chuckle a bit?
Chuckle, that's not necessarily a chuckle, but I remember when Kaz was standing in for Litis the very first time with the M24, he found a lot of drop, was able to drop a lot of players. As well, I was very impressed with the division. Starting off very early, they were playing extremely together, so like they were working as a unit throughout the actual match. And they were just continuously going for trades and were also continuously able to pick up the kills. So what was the biggest surprise for me is the level of team play that we saw already from the first days, and this was pretty much throughout most of the teams here, apart from such as perhaps Ascenda or a few others. And like very early on, like for Garlic Cola, the trend still continues. The members die off early, and then the last remaining guys crawl their way into the top 10 for the better part of the game.
Maybe that's their fashion to show off a little bit. If you leave only one member alive, everyone's going to be following him.
The moment that made me mentally chuckle actually was now in this last game where we saw from silver to land that small bike accident on the beach.
Right.
I found that pretty comical. Also, if you recall that match, that was last week, I think, where the cars got stuck between two ridges.
Yeah, I
and
remember
the player
that.
was just underneath.
And one of the favorite moments where the timing was just perfect, but there was an airplane.
Yeah.
Going, I think that was the week you weren't attending, or you did. I can't remember.
Oh, where the player was distracted and then he got shot.
Because he had a crosshair just up in the air, and he was expecting there was going to be an enemy pushing him.
Yeah.
But there was an airplane coming up, and he shot the bullet down and
gave
got
away
killed.
his position
Yes.
and got killed off of that. So that's also... well, definitely, like you have a show called 1,000 Ways to Die. I feel like
That
there's
was
also
one of them.
1,000 ways to die in PUBG in terms of circumstances. So surely unlucky here. We are struggling a bit to launch the server, so just Bluehole being Bluehole and slightly messing with us.
Or technical guy is being his best,
Hey, the man does what he does, but if the game doesn't want to cooperate, we can't really do much about it. So just a brief delay.
The guys back in home, remember that after the stream, or let's say you wake up on a Tuesday, you have nothing to do. Remember that there are videos and all the WODs from our games what we cast in a BSL. As well, in the next week, there's going to be the League of Legends final games coming up, right?
Yeah, I think there's another few matches ahead for League of Legends.
Yeah.
So for Baltic Esports League, it's not completely over yet, but CSGO is finished off.
Really
PUBG is closing off right now,
Yeah.
as well as this is the final game.
And as well, we're going to have the upcoming LAN finals in Tallin, where there's going to be Counter-Strike and League of Legends. Tune in for that as well after we finish here.
One more time, if anyone wishes to attend, it's going to be on the 20th and 21st of October in Saku, Suurhall, Tallinn. Tickets are
We're gonna be
available on sale in HyperTown.pro's website as well. We briefly touched a few statistics here during this day, and as well, if you'd like to see interesting things such as who has survived the longest on average, a very interesting stat to find out, then go to our website BESL.pro and you will find the statistics by choosing, of course, the correct game. There are a few of them there.
And as well, a quick reminder that in our YouTube channel there is a top place throughout every single game that we are casting here. There are like the top moments put together. What's the name I'm looking for?
It's called Highlights.
Highlights! There you go. There's a lot of highlight videos, not only for the PUBG, but the different games as well. If you have any of those in your favor and you are playing them in a free time, whenever you are not dropping down in Pochinki, make sure that you join in and check that out as well.
Okay, well, we finally are on the server.
So the zone.
First zone, first flight path.
Ooh,
No
that's
zone, but a flight path? It's pretty
spicy.
standard.
It could change a lot of things,
Well, question is, like, right, so there are a few teams that can go for interesting drop zones right now.
Well,
And,
one of the hot drops, what could actually be, is Hacienda and Pecado. It's in the flight region. Everyone can attend to the big party down there. As we have well, it's a legendary spot for everyone who have played a public game of the PUBG. You know the Hacienda is the most favorite place for a lot of people.
It's a survival of the fittest, literally there. So National Geographic full blast on there in that region in the public games. As people are dropping left and right.
No, guys, where you going? That's not a place. Hacienda.
They didn't hear you.
Hacienda.
Oh.
You have to go somewhere there.
Well, not a lot of surprises here so far. We do see people jumping out. So there is going to be yet again, praise the Lord, here somewhere around the middle area. Actually, it looks like they're going to be going for that San Martin. Discount Gaming is on the way, as I do see Elitist have jumped out.
There they are.
They are going for that Pecado. Please
tell me. The boys
are
ready. I believe it's going to be a quick slaughter in the Pecado side. It could go both ways, you know. Littus could die straight out, and everyone will be happy, those who support other teams, or all the fans of the Littus will be excited to see a lot of action happening there.
Yeah, so...
we have 3 teams there. If I believe correctly, there's Grian from Silver to Land. There's as well Method, that means the Littus is going there. And
Discount Gaming.
And Discount Gaming.
Yeah, so 3 lobbies indeed.
General
is like, you know what, I'm going to go for it as well. So he's going to be heading toward that area and is going to be spotting out these players. So as you predicted, the fun is there. A sight that you usually see in public games. Let's see how it all goes down the first
That's the
zone.
zone you were waiting for, right?
Indeed. So let's jump into Pecado and see what goodies do Littus bring us.
Cloudtail? Come on, get a gun, shoot someone down.
Crossbows? No, that's just come on, it's just arrows. I was so excited. He does find the sawdust shotgun. Oh, okay, Mickett.
What did you get him? Where is he? Oh, inside the arena. All right. So Squeezy is down there in the side of the window. Are you not going to do anything? No.
Well, Cardinally did spot, I believe, where Miket ran off to. Gekon's Grian as well here, so they want to just go for good old-fashioned fun. X-Chris as well, peeking already. He's going to be pushed, taking a few shots into the back as LQ looking to drop him. Actually gets the drop onto him. In the meantime, Kaz has managed to find Grian and has finished him off, peeking here towards this window, looking for LQ. Wants to kill him off, but he's going to be dropped by LQ and finished off as well. Cloudtail has found Gekon's though, and that is going to be a man down from Silver to Land. A lot of early action happening here already as Cloudtail running and looking to see if he can help out his teammate as Kavorka. And Cloudtail, the last 2 people remaining here, does find a tactical scout.
An AK for his hands to have in. It looks like the boys in the arena is not getting out so soon. They're still looting there. So that means if the Cloudtail and Kavorka decides to push them down, this is the moment to do so.
Yeah, for Discount Gaming, I mean, for them still valuable points on the line and a potential to recover positions lost in the tabloid. So they could still move upwards towards that, like somewhere around 12th rank. That is where they can aim for.
I want to give a good props to LQ. He dropped 2 members of the Littus. Like, this is the moment where his hands is shaking. I believe so. Like, if we remember that team is playing for the NIP as well, so that's a good win for him, you know, shooting 2 of them down.
Indeed, as well. But judging by his scope, they don't seem that shaky at all. Roxas in the meantime has found PyCon, so that is more towards the Hacienda del Patron.
And there's nothing interesting there. Let's move back to our Pecado, where boys are giving us a show.
Right,
well, looting show for these next few seconds. Well, but it looks like they are trying to scout out and see where a few of the enemies are. Kavorka's, I think he spotted one of the members down, but he has...
well, he only has a Mach 10 in hand, so he can't do much here. Has the M4, but might just be the case of not having enough amount of bullets. Oh, the bullets are there. Miket with the Winchester, or the Win 90, Win 94?
Yeah, Winchester 90... Oh, damn. What was that?
It's a weapon used to put down your sick horse in the olden days.
So whoever gets a kill with that, you can name the the killed member as a sick horse. All right, well, that's a good approach, Dad. As we have monetized kills down, the Mika down in the house, so that means LQ has to move down there. will he do though?
I don't know.
He's good in a casino. I think he shouldn't do so.
He just wants the slot machines. He's just like, I'm gonna gamble a bit for now, as he actually jumps down from the balcony here, so he's going for that save.
Oh, Kaworka, this is all in your hands. Spotted him out, and he did so. Are you blind, my dude?
Well, not anymore, as he spots the player crossing the street. We'll be re-peeking this, doesn't see anything just yet. And you know what I like about PUBG? Is that whenever you're spectating players, you get to see what sort of crosshair style they're using with these red dots.
Yeah. Well, right now, Cloudtail gets dropped down by Cartely, as I believe Cartely is pushing down the houses where one of their members, Monetize, were dropped down as well. But just near their houses, I believe so. We still have guys from Silver to Land, and Rux is driving around. Looks like he won't be taking any action in this.
He's just gone sightseeing. He just wants to see the nice views, hills, perhaps a bird or two.
Ooh, Elq gets a drop down to Squeezy. He could finish him off. We have a Wacer just on a corner there in Picado in the big arena. He could help him out if he wishes so, but I believe not.
I mean, he should probably try.
Come on.
As he's going to be
That's
going
your friend,
for
right?
that
Just pick him
res. And because there's just a small ridge, he's going to be able to do so, as Cartley already has pushed forward here. So he's going to be engaging this fight. But as we say that, Miket, of course, is going to come out on top in that engagement and having the support of his teammate as well.
So, a quick question. Do you believe if in the next season we're going to have from Silver to Land attending?
Yeah.
Maybe they're going to be called from Gold to Land now? Like, they have to step up a little bit, their game. They are not Silver players anymore. They have showed that they are
they
really
won the
good.
very first game of the last day here as well. And finally, I really thought that it's not going to happen until the very last week here, and they proved me wrong. Cloudtail on top of this roof. You can probably vault upwards somewhere from the balcony, like where you cross from building to building. You can probably jump on it when you jump on the door, and then you can get on the roof.
Well, this is first for me.
Oh, you haven't seen this before?
No. Ooh, BI4 drops down Flabber. Let me join that fight just in a second. Where are you, BI4? There you are. Flabber is down. Looks like he was driving with a car, and BI4 just surprised him in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, two cars decided to fight each other. 1-1.
Well,
so, nothing to see here. Back to Picado. We have still the action happening. We have Wacer and Squeezy still two remaining members of the Discount Gaming. As well, just near them, we have Cloudtail on a really good position. And Azel Kaborka spotting out from Silver to Land members. Right now, it's the fight 2 versus 2 versus 2.
Okay, so
Yeah,
question
I see
is,
it, right.
who's going to be the king of Picado here so far? 3 minutes and 30 seconds on the clock as phase 1 is on the way and is going to be closing also. This is finally going to start to push these teams closer to each other. In the meantime, Cable Knight's taking an engagement with Aggressiva BESL Pro, and both Italian on times are down on the ground. Anabonis is way far off, cannot really help his teammates, and they're going to be finished off by Hitas. So Anabonis here is going to be getting into that car
I think
and
this is the
driving
moment
backwards.
to just run away. This is not a fight for them to take and win.
Where are Lietuvos Ateitis, please? That is no organization.
Well, Lietuvos Ateitis
Oh,
there.
but wait. Funds did spot out on... Can he?
Oh.
He's gonna wait for it.
Oh.
He's gonna wait for it. Gakes
Yeah!
the shot, and there it is. The timing is there, and everything works out
And
great.
the crowd goes wild.
And the crowd goes wild. There's Aggressiva BESL Pro are out of the server, and therefore lose.
No, that was the bug. You don't remember that we have
Blow
those
hole,
happening? Huh?
please.
So still we have one member left for Aggressiva BESL Pro, so that means Anna Bolinch is still alive. This is the moment for him to hide and wait out the game. But while this happening, I believe General was killing some of the members down, and we have Bluish trying to run away from Hitas, and Hitas just gonna find him and finish him off as well. There you go. So back to Picado. I believe we have some kills happening there. LQ found one of the members of the team. What was that?
Discount Gaming.
Discount Gaming. So LQ is down, so that means only Racer is left. Let me get the overbird view. We have Cloudtail pushing in. LQ almost dies from the nade, where Kaworki is giving a really good cover for him. Cloudtail is in the first floor waiting out this fight. Racer, will he do some magic? Will he push? Will he wait? What's going to happen?
Well,
Kaworka is pushing around. They understand that the fight is theirs. If they take it, well, Miket, Do you have an angle?
Miket is probably just listening for those sound cues here and should hear the player nearby, but of course sometimes it's just very hard to understand it as well. There's a lot of action happening, and as we say that though, Vaser finding the drop onto Kavorka here, luckily Lautel very close by and instantly will be able to go for that res.
Yeah. Looks like there are no new challenges approaching this Picado region. Vaser pushing in. This could be it for Latest.
Not just yet. Vaser's just making sure he's going to be able to bandage up, and as you can see, only one more bandage remaining for him, so he's going to be using that, and that is going to be it in terms of trying to survive.
He's doing the plays. This is the moment where LQ will be ready to drop down Vaser if he pushes out. Well, it's not happening yet, as we have still the Mexican standoff, or whatever you can call this. LQ, yes, he takes out Discount Gaming, so that means that's one of the first teams out of this game. When Miket is... Did he get a kill? He got a knock really early out. Not early out, just recently. Dropped down one of the latest members, as still we have a fight 2 versus 2. Everyone trying to outsmart each other. Miket gets a little bit damage in the chest from the Cloudtail, and, well, don't run away.
Don't run away. The man needs to heal up. 20 seconds on the clock as Phase Fun is finishing off here. Looks like everyone has successfully managed to get into the next following zone division, also closer towards that bottom side of the map. So really no further action really happening
it sounded
on
you
the
said
map.
not Phase 1 but Phase Fun, because that's exactly what's happening. We
Phase
have
Fun?
A lot of fun in the phases.
Now this is going to be fun, where everyone is going to be pushed towards the water, and that means a lot of opportunities for those guys that are going to have early access to that very edge of the zone, being able to position themselves correctly. Kavorka here with that Mac 10 in hand, still peeking out, and LQ wants those kills. They've already secured 6 kills for themselves. In the meantime, Garlic Cola just
they're doing that stuff. You know, that's well, in this part of the tournament, I can say that it's not the first time. Well, hopefully the last. That's all what I can say.
Considering it's the last game, yeah, probably the last, but they still have all the opportunities to do so. And as well, for Mighty, we'll still 3 members alive, as Kiewicz was found earlier on there and hit us.
The wolves are up for the hunt.
The wolves are coming, indeed.
They know. Well, they have to know that he has to be somewhere, and now I believe they're gonna just push down the hut. Let me just see what they're gonna be doing. Yep, it looks like generals. You see what's in his hand? It could be the.
Oh my God, he's gonna go for it. As Hitas is gonna be dropped.
That doesn't count. You have to kill him. Well, I'll be fair.
Look, if no further complete kill happens, it's still finished off play.
Yeah, we'll invite him for a little bit of practice. That's it. If no one else kills anyone. But he still has the crossbow in the hand. If in upcoming fights they still decide to use it, that could be it. And from silver to land eliminates the Litters. So that means no more of these guys in this time. So good props to from silver to land. Right now, LQ can write down 7 kills on his name right now, as he gets 8 kills from silver to land. If he survives this game, if he gets really far in survival, they can get that 6th position, because as we have seen from Garlic Cola is not having the best game out.
Yeah, well, Cable Knight eliminated here, as for LQFTW, he of course needs to get on the move, as Phase 2 is on the way here, 1 minute and 45 seconds on the clock. And here we have, that is Praise the Lord.
Yeah!
It is a drop.
He needs to finish him off now. He needs to finish him off. Come on, General. Do it.
I mean, this is the second time he does it. The dude deserves it, okay? Like,
it's still up to him.
Up to him. Well,
wait, General, finish it. Was that the guy?
No, he's still on the ground. That's Bullbeats. He's being rezzed currently. He's throwing in grenades. Is that a Molotov? He's burning these players alive. He even gets a Molotov kill. That's a show. That counts in. That counts in. So General is going to be the winner of the free archery lessons.
Yes! I'm so excited to see these last games. This is what we were waiting for the guys to have a little bit more fun. They deserve this, to have this time for them, as they have shown marvelous games through and out.
So Mighty Wolves want to take every single prize available. It was the pan kill was not there for them. That was stolen away by Kartoshka, but still everything else goes their way. Pew Pew here as well, looking to start off a fight.
By Garlic All, that means
from silver to land.
I think they can't approach anymore so that means from silver to land gonna end and stay in the 7th position of this tournament.
Probably. We'll need to have a look at the standings afterwards regardless, just to clarify one more time. So still 11 teams on the clock, and a very well, of course, everyone is just going for a fun game, so usually you don't see that during phase 2 you only have 11 teams alive. Even that first game today where we had that crazy phase, there was still like 17, 16 lobbies alive. Of course, everyone feels a bit more relaxed here.
I'm so happy, man. I don't know why, I'm smiling through and through. I believe that this is one of the best games, if not the best game that I'm casting right now in this tournament.
Esco drops Mr. Knight with the grenade, so that's his team member. Not entirely sure what went on there.
Dude, points are points.
They don't count on your teammates.
Well, maybe in his head, you know, he can show off the screenshot and tell his mom and dad, well, I made it. As we were looking at the scores, if all of you as well at home after the games want to check it out, don't forget it's in the BESL Pro. You can check all the scores under the PUBG, all the kills what people have had, all the headshot ratios and stuff like that. And we have few teams that have played every single game in the tournament and have only 1 kill. It's a homework for you all there. Check out who's that.
Homework, find out.
And send him some good wishes.
Good indeed. How do you? What was the meme for Get Good? Which game was that?
Get Good. Oh, now you.
Dark Souls. There we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the actual game developers replied to someone in a tweet like complaining about the game being too difficult, and they just replied saying Get Good.
Well, I believe like the guys who made the PUBG. If someone says your game is buggy, you can reply as well. Well, Get Good, sir. You know?
Or make one yourself.
Yeah, make one yourself, and then we'll see how many bugs you're gonna have.
Right, still 10 more lobbies here in the server as phase 3 has started. Warmick here is gonna spot out Voiden from Saber, and he's gonna drop him down, finishing him off as well.
He really hated that bike.
Oh, excuse me, that was Jansa.
Yeah, but he really hated that bike.
He was
still spraying it down like, I'll show you, little bugger.
Okay, well, Content also joining the fight with him, so Kun are going to be taking a few more shots towards their backside, as actually they're going to be sandwiched in here, but in the meantime, no organization, in still a gunfight with What Do You Mean players, and I mean, for them, it was...
This is the battle of century, they're taking it too long, you know, it's the final game, come on, do it quickly.
Silo is expecting for that push, and Mr. Nice just pre-fires through that window, will be able to finish off, so that is going to be What Do You Mean also out of the game, as here Lattelecom in a gunfight with Pew Pew, as I already said, extremely pleasantly surprised that they are really showing up today, and you can tell as well that just by looking at these players, they're feeling it. Like, you know that game where you just feel like every engagement is still gonna go your way, and with that confidence, that is exactly what happens. So Mystery is now sandwiching in Kun from one side, Mighty Wolves on the other side. Kun, really, lobby number 15. Good luck with it.
You already have it. You can't get 2.
He's looking to steal away with the kills with the crossbow. Has one more arrow, available.
We were talking about before the game. We were talking about that the guy's gonna have some fun, and they delivered as well.
Oh, and for sure.
And I think this was the moment for them to just relax and inhale and try to.
Hey, they deserve it. Like, they worked hard for it, and you could definitely say as well. Like, at one point, and somewhere during your week number 4, they were struggling a bit. They had so many unlucky games, and they started from like a spectator's point of view. It started to look a bit shaky, but they managed to gather themselves just in time to overtake the lead and yet again win this.
Just
regular
seconds ago,
season.
one of the Lattelecom members dropped down the Content and General, and Content is trying to put some damage from his side. I believe he won't be able to pick up General just now, because every single one of them are pushing them down.
And
just in a second. Well,
on
My
an
praise.
unorthodox situation, still all 4 members of Garlic Cola are alive.
Well, it is. Oh, well, that's surprising. Yes, and as well, we have content just a few seconds from now, battling it out with them. I believe it's going to be a bit of. So everyone at home, give the prayers to content. Let him be shooting straight and killing every single one with 2 or 3 bullets straight out.
Ooh, I like this play coming out from him. He's going for that flank around the ridge and wants to join them in and like backstab them. We have the next phase here, and Division still already on there. No organization as well. Figure of 5, I believe, are also alive. Still 7 lobbies. As on the right-hand side in the bottom, you do see Lietuvos Ateitis. We still also have Pew Pew alive. So I believe everyone pretty much here has shown up, apart from, well, for no organization, it's like a mixed bag of goods. Like, they've had good games, they've had bad games, and it's sometimes just hard to understand where to really put them in the standings.
Well, right now, as well as you said, Content's doing really great with his flank. He's going to be getting in the zone safe and sound. If BA4 won't check that side, in just a few seconds, they will be able to spot out Content and try to shoot with him. Do the shootout with him, but looks like they're more interested to take these houses for themselves.
Hey, they still want to get that win. Have they managed to win? They did secure a victory.
I believe so that they did secure one of those.
I'm pretty sure they did. They definitely were in the top 2.
Alchemist, where's your scopes?
No scopes, man. Like, life is hard in Miramar, okay? It's hard to find a crossbow. It's hard to find a scope. He should be happy that he has a Car 98 available. And here, Content gets the flank and gets the kill onto Theory. So still Content being a complete nuisance
doing a
for Garlic Cola. A golfer's clap. Yes, excellent.
He's having fun. I believe that he will be fighting with them for a while. He's in the next zone as well as... Well, they're going to be pushing him. I believe they have a few more nades in their hands. If they do so, they're going to they will have to deal with the wrath of Content. I believe he's in the willpower to kill every single one of them.
Like if as long as he finds the correct timings, he should be able to find his correct engagements. He's gonna spot out Zenks here. Did he manage to spot out that there was a grenade put down as he barely escapes it and is gonna be using the first aid? But now this prompts Garlic Cola to push here. Content is gonna hear that, so he's gonna go out, guns blazing, and doesn't even get the first drop there. That is going to be Garlic Cola eliminating Mighty, the last player from Mighty Wolves here.
They're like hyenas, just straight out. Whenever they drop someone out, they're like, ha, 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 give me that drop, boy. And they get it out really fast in their hands. And I believe so. We have only 6 teams left. Let's check out who they are. We still have Garlic Cola with 3 members in this game. We have no organization with 2 members. As well, we have Division with 3 members. And Figaro 5 with 2 of those. And what else? Lietuvos Ateitis with 3 members alive. And Pew Pew with 2 members.
Well, phase 4 is about to finish off here.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a really interesting fight between Division and...
Lietuvos Ateitis, yeah.
Right. As they only have 1 member here in this arena house, barn house, whatever it's called, and all others are giving him support fire from the houses there. I believe they shouldn't move back here. Otherwise, they could be shot down in the middle of the street somewhere, as Saku and Alchemist is having just a really marvelous time in the middle of houses, crates, whatever. They will stay there. I believe so.
Well, looks like Lietuvos Ateitis wants to join the fight, but saying about joining a fight, it's actually going to be Pew Pew heading their direction, and Ty did move out just in the right timing to spot this out, so Back has the information as PI5KNX is going to go for that airdrop, and that is going to be a Groza. So Groza available for pickup here, phase 5, 7 seconds before the blue zone starts moving.
He finds one of the members of the Pew Pew. He shuts him down really fast as well, we have the Whack still in that in that barn house thingy, and Mad Kid in the middle of field. I believe that he was spotted out from the but they not taking the fight with him, as he simply drops down T.
Okay, so no organization is now off this server as Garlic Cola here still causing havoc on the map. 4 divisions, still 2 members alive, and 5 teams still battling it out. So for Lietuvos Ateitis, I'm not entirely sure if Division suspect. It looks like Alchemist did spot previously one of the members of Lietuvos Ateitis there. Madkid now as well was just spotted by Groovy, and Sufik taking the shot will take him out. That is going to be Pew Pew in the 5th position. 4 lobbies alive. Lietuvos Ateitis, Division, Garlic Hole, and Figaro 5. So Groovy can even still go for that res onto T, as it doesn't look like they're going to be pushed really. That grenade really shouldn't touch anyone as... Yep, it was just way off there. Back also.
That nade just made.
Oh my god! Look at that grenade.
That's a different nade.
Was that I think that was Suffix's grenade, and wow, what precision.
Well, he gets healed back really fast, and this battle is still going on, and I'm really excited. And from the uphill somewhere, Zanks gets one down, and
with the grenade? What? Is that correct? I don't believe that. No way.
Oh, I know how this happened. So he got knocked down from the member of the guard call while he was cogging the nade. He got dropped down and he finished himself with the nade, but the kill is in the hands of whoever knocked him.
Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay, that makes more sense. I was so confused for a second. I was just looking at the distance and I was like, can you even throw the grenade so far? Even if you really go for that run-in throw. So, Division were able to eliminate Lietuvos Ateitis here.
Another one down? Well, who are you? Where have you been 8 weeks?
Well, Zanks is showing up here, but quick reminder for you guys, because Lietuvos Ateitis is out here, is extremely important for Division to continuously secure those points in order for them to solidify their position in the standings. And after this wild game, I'll be honest, I don't even remember what the hell those points are from 3rd to 5th position. So I'm really excited about the standings afterwards and to see who comes out on top here. Pandal is also alive.
Yeah, right.
With his teammate.
Now it all puts together why they were fighting it out. As they understood that those are their rivals, Division just took the fight, wanted to win it, did it, and now Garnicol is still up the hill and giving some headache for them.
Yeah,
literally.
10 seconds before the blue zone is on the go. You can see most of the teams, out of all 3, are already in it, as only Division just securing their backside first before they decide to move on here. And I mean, really, for Garlic Cola, they're in a decent position to spot people out, but there's not that much cover there available for them. So it looks like Zensi is going to be moving closer to that tractor and ridge.
When have we saw that there's only 7 people alive in 27 minutes? Like in the last...
Obviously never.
In the 25 minutes in this game, there's only 3 teams left. That's a slaughter happening in all around the map. And right now we have only 3 teams left. And those are, just a reminder for you home, that's the Garlic Caller with 3 members alive, as they have the upper hand and up the hill position. We have Division with 2 members there. Alchemist and Suffolk is still fighting in this battle for the 3rd position, if I'm correct. And as well, we have Figaro 5 with 2 members. And we have seen Figaro 5 do the magic and win the games in the previous battles as well. So, 1 minute of the phase 6 happening, as we have Division making a diversity play from their side. I believe that no one have spotted them out. Let me just check that. Do they know?
They're just checking to see if anyone is coming in over this ridge, just to make sure nobody's going to be playing the very edge of the zone, and obviously yet again securing themselves. And because they have such a huge ridge available to use, they can continuously peek over it and just make the life of their opponents so much more difficult. So probably no real action is going to happen now just yet before the move for the next phase is going to be on the way.
So as well. We have only 30 seconds left. Well, now as I say that, 20 seconds to be correct left of this phase, and phase 7 is going to change a lot of things, how this is going to be played out in the final battle of the BSL Season 2 in the PUBG. Woo! Are you excited?
I mean, it's... Now, I just feel like I'm drunk, really, at this stage. The head is all fuzzy out of all the action that happened so early on here. And looks like Garlic Cola are actually interested to move out. So they're going to be working as a single line, trying to clear out these areas. But Suffolk now in a
this
prime
is
position
this-
to strike. The zone is for them as well. So Figaro 5 are going to be playing, getting still into the zone. But as the first shots are going to come through, Figaro 5 are going to understand that they have free reign to move around pretty much here. Suffolk is going to get closer to that ledge, and he's going to be able to spot a PI5KNX very close to him. Should hear the player. He doesn't spot him to his right-hand side, and he's going to be actually dropped by Mysteries, as now Alchemist is going to be throwing those grenades towards Suffolk. Will be instantly finished off, and Garlic Cola looking to potentially might steal a victory here. Alchemist as well, like there's no cover for him. He just has this ridge and one rock, and that stands out like a white man on a black wall.
If we would play the person tournament, this rock would be a game-winning position. But as it's in the first person, that gives nothing.
Yeah, for third person, look at towards China.
Well, yeah, that's the Asia's typical tournament basis what they are having there. So, only 3 teams still alive. Only 6 members, as we have only 1 from the division still fighting. As Zengs gets a knock.
How many kills do Garlic Cola have? I mean, they have been very active this game, and they have 11 kills.
Ooh.
So
all right. I mean,
that's what I'm saying. Like the division is still there, and both Garlic Cola, so they're still fighting for those positions. And I mean, for Alchemist, it's all about surviving right now. As Figaro 5 have given away their position, and I mean, for Garlic Cola as well, generally speaking, they should know the general area of where their opponents are right now.
What I don't like about this last zone is that it gives too much freedom for Garlic Cola to spread out and just calm all of the grounds around. Well, do you have time to pick him up?
Well, Armin's is on the ground. Pandal is just around the corner here. The blue zone is on the move. 20 seconds on the clock here, so Pandal's really needs to get closer to his teammate. He's gonna be crawling through windows as Alchemist actually has been spotted here, and now Alchemist really has no further options. He's gonna go down. That is going to be Division in the 3rd position in this game, and it's gonna be either Garlic Cola or Figure 05, and it very likely...
Ooh, the zone's going to be starting to bite their bottoms in the second. As they have the zone, well, Garlic Cola has the zone, they just going to hold it, and the rest of the team of Figure 05, they will just die out, getting out of this house. That's what my prediction. I believe that's going to happen just in a second, because none of them has helmet in the hand. They don't have, I think the armors are destroyed as well. There's, not a lot of ridge to use in their hands. Well, let's jump to the players.
Yeah, Zengs already has...
Show me what you can do. Like, I have seen a lot of knocks from Zengs with this gun in this game. How?
He just barely spots the player. Is going to instantly switch out to that M24. Understanding that he just needs a single drop onto him. Misses that shot. Took it perhaps a second too fast.
15, 12... 11, 10 seconds left for them to push and do some magic there in this game. And
Look, it's going to be a head-on engagement here between PI5KNX, and he's going to be able to drop down Panzos, leaving only Armin's alive, and that is going to be it. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Garlic Cola securing game number 4 and the final game here in PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds Baltic Esports League. Season 2. It is done. So let's see. Garlic Cola, 1st place in this game. 2nd place, Figaro 5. 3rd place, Division. 4th, Lietuvos Ateitis. And 5th, that is Pew Pew. Yet again, like, for Pew Pew, continuously, I'm surprised.
This endgame points doesn't matter. General got the kill with a crossbow and lit everyone down in that house as well. We have a really long fight in the Picada, what we've been waiting for. We had a really great late game for all the other members that survived here. And all what is to be said now is to look at the final scores and divide the money between all the members there.
Yeah, so a quick reminder one more time. So 1st place is going to be taking away 460 euros for them. The 2nd place is going to be 360, 280 for position number 3, and 4th place gets 200. So still a very nice weekend for the boys.
Knowing few of them in the top positions, I believe it's going to be done by tomorrow. Well,
in advance. They haven't received it yet, so they're going to go, what? Your prediction is they're going to go into a minus, and then compensate
Well,
by winnings.
I'm still waiting for invitation.
Okay, well, I would be pretty excited to see for General afterwards to share, and most likely he will, his archery lesson. So we'll be getting in touch with him and passing that.
I will keep you
prize
updated.
on.
I will
let me
post
know.
some pictures for you.
Let me know.
Yeah.
Are you gonna join him?
Yeah, well, I'm going to be the one teaching.
Oh, what?
Yes. Well, long story short, my friend owns that place, so...
Okay, so you're gonna teach him how to use a cross. How many times have you taken those lessons?
A few years. So I'm kind of good.
Like Mr. Robin Hood.
All right, so this is what everyone is waiting for. Are the standings updated?
Happy days. So final standings here on the board for us. One more time. Mighty Wolves, big congratulations. First place for them. 460 euros are yours. Second
Well, that
place.
doesn't matter as well. They got the crossbow kill. That's what matters.
That's what matters, of course. Second place is going to be for Littest with 11,240 points for them. And of course, 360 euros on top of that. Lietuvos Ateitis, though, because they managed to rack up enough amount of kills here and a good enough position, just barely snagged away the third position from division. So they're going to be in the third place and fourth place, of course, for division. A very pleasant sight to see that, first of all, indeed, all three Baltic countries are represented within the top four. Happy days that...
Sounds really, ghetto.
Yeah, happy days that also there are two members from Latvia here. So very big congratulations to you for Aggressiva BESL Pro. If we recall, they started off a bit roughly there, but like after week 2, they made the adjustment and therefore were able to secure the 5th position for themselves as well. Garlic Cola winning this one, and even the fact that Aggressiva BESL Pro were dropped out of this game relatively quickly wasn't enough for them, and barely, look, it's like 45 points behind them. So unfortunately,
Few shots that they didn't make in this game is now biting their bottoms. Well,
indeed.
Unfortunately.
7th position is going to be for From Silver to Land, closely followed, well, closely, I say, by just a few thousand, like 1,000 points. It's going to be Figure 05, Cable Knights. Also one of the teams that I must commend for their achievement here, because starting off the first like 2-3 weeks, couldn't really say much about them. Yeah, they were also somewhere towards the bottom, so now they did solidify that ninth.
And only 50-point difference. What do you mean? Couldn't get back to the 9th position, and as they get the top 10 closed with them. In the 11 or 12 and 12 position, we have as well really close battle. What happened between No Organization and Pandora. 11th position is for No Organization, and only 110 points behind we have Pandora. Few kills and they would be in the 11th position as well. In the 13-14 position we have Con Saber, not that close a battle there. In Discount Gaming in the 15th position, 16, Praise the Lord, 17, Pew Pew, secured that with a win today. And in 18th position, Kartoshka, and 19th position, Accenda, really surprising, as they're not the last ones. And to win it all, the last position, the 4 gentlemen.
4 gentlemen, indeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining for the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds regular season. That is going to be it for PUBG. There is still going to be League of Legends available for a few more matches. One more quick reminder, anyone who wants to meet us, you will have the opportunity to do so in Saku Suurhall on the 20th and 21st of October in Tallin, where there are going to be the LAN finals for Counter-Strike Go as well as League of Legends. And of course, it's not just about esports there. There's going to be cosplay, virtual reality, gaming events, otherwise, such as like retro games and a few more bits and bobs from the technology world. Probably and also a bit of like extreme
and if you don't care about all that stuff, it's still going to be a big party and a lot of things happening there. So
stuff to see.
Yeah.
Stuff to see for sure here.
Keep on following our social media so we can post about the next upcoming seasons and any other games that it's gonna be happening from now. And as well, follow us. We are still there, alive, doing stuff. So down there somewhere is written how to find him and how to look at me.
Indeed. Also, thank you for our lovely production team, and of course for the patience in rebuilding continuously the falling apart servers. Still, Bluehole needs to work on it a bit. We have the
Yeah, it wasn't our problem. No.
Producer is all red in the face, doesn't know what to do.
And Oscar as well. Thank you, man. He knows.
Yeah, of course. We have actually 2 production guys here working the remote. All in all, whoever also won the Vault giveaway, I hope that your tummy is full by now. And in general, a huge thank you for all. I think that is thank yous for
General,
everyone.
call me.
General,
we're gonna talk about that practice, alright?
Alright, so stay tuned for League of Legends in the upcoming days. But for now, I'm V.
I'm nobody.
Thank you, and we'll see you next season. Bye.
Summer, where my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait until the summer, when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I just can't wait until the summer. I just can't wait until I just can't wait until can't wait until another, when I got nothing on my mind. I just can't wait to rediscover, when I meet with you again. Oh, I just can't wait until the summer, where my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait until the summer, when my spirit's free, no one's stopping me now. I just can't wait until the summer, when I meet with you again. Yeah, I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I just can't wait until the summer. I just can't wait until the summer.